got a beauty. How are you feeling about that? Your moment in history.
Oh, we were pumped, and thanks to Abby Holmes as well for joining me. She's gone down in a few history things to do with women's football in the last couple of years, so it was just so exciting to do it, and we just had so much fun out there calling the girls, and we what a game to pick for women's round, and just to showcase the skill level out there. As we've seen, it's really taking off, and they were saying that the numbers have increased from 7,000 to 17,000 women just here alone in the NT playing football. It's amazing, and at halftime we had the little girls out there playing Oz kick, and it was so cute, Charlie. It's just amazing to see the rise of women's football.
And they can play. I went down there and watched them take a mark, and I was with Michael Barfoot down there, and a young girl, I don't know, she must have been all of 8 years old. She won it, which would have been the 50-metre line if it was an adult game. It wasn't, but she was on the run and she just banged away from a long way out and kicked the goal. It was just amazing.
She was a little pocket rocket, and
she was.
She could kick left and right, and it was just amazing. Abby and I were saying she must come from a football family somewhere, because you could just see she's grown up with football in her blood.
Now, Tash, we've got to tell you that the news, of course, we found out why there are no Motlops in there is because Lorna Motlop passed away. Of course, she was the wife of Chico Motlop and the father of the Motlop boys, and the mother of the Motlop boys. And today they're wearing black armbands, and we got permission from Ben Cocker to use that information on air. So a sad day for the Motlop family, and our thoughts and condolences go out to them, obviously.
Yeah, that's I didn't know that, Charlie, because I've been on air and I wasn't quite sure what had happened, but yeah, that's I'll probably get a little bit emotional here. I'm very, very close to the Motlop family, and I would call Lorna Nana as well. And I was there when her husband passed away, and I stayed at the house for about a week with the family.
Yes.
And helped with some funeral arrangements and that sort of stuff. So that is it's very close family. She's been the rock of the family, and that's terrible news. And yeah, that'll take a couple of weeks for the guys to come back, I think.
Well, I'm sad to have brought it to you in such a rush like that, but we felt necessary to share the information to our people who have joined us on the stream around the country. So the big game in front of us here, round 8 it is. We're looking forward to it. It's the Tigers up against Wanderers. Tigers haven't won a grand final. Tash, you weren't born, nor was Dominic. I was. 1964 was a long, long time ago. It used to cost sixpence to get into the movies back in 1964, and here they are today, still desperate. We were saying year after year there is a hunger factor. Well, maybe this year they're going to reap the rewards of being hungry for so long, maybe.
Yeah, I think that they've done really, really well this season, and they've just been so consistent as well. And Troy Coates is a great player coach. You just see, as we've spoken about at halftime and quarter time, the way he goes about his coaching, and he has the respect of the players as well, which is great to see. But I mean, this just brings a challenge, because I know Wanderers will come out and play with a lot of pride tonight, Charlie. And yeah, it's going to be a cracker of a game. All
right, we'll let you console yourself. Dom, the teams are out there. Any special matchups in there that you can see that have caught your eye?
Look, just having a look at the Eagles team, I was pretty impressed with the way that players such as Keelan Fijo and Jared Erlinson went about their match last week. Of course, they lost to St Mary's, but those two are pretty important players. Simon Bates probably lowered his colours a bit, which he wouldn't be very happy about. He'd love to put in a big performance tonight. Adam Tipungwuti played very well last week, and he'll be important again. Liam Patrick back into the team for the Eagles tonight, and to say that he is important to the Eagles is a major understatement. Very good player. It'll be interesting to see what sort of nick he's in, but generally, doesn't matter what stage of the year he's playing, he plays good football. Interesting to see Zelio Casemiro into the team. It seems like he's been around for ages, Zelio Casemiro. Very consistent player. Love to see where Dean plays him tonight. Does he play him forward? Does he play him in the midfield? Does he play him as a running defender? Because he can fill all of those roles. Such a competent, calm player. So it'll be really interesting to see how he goes. Justin Smart. Very smart player, very good forward. Almost clinched the game for them in the grand final last season, Justin Smart. Interesting to see how he goes. Braden McLean. Correct me if I'm wrong, Braden McLean, Waratah last season?
Yep.
And now with Wanderers. Very good player, good young player. I'm not sure whether this is the first time that he's played for them this season, but he's a quality in.
I think it might
Wanderers.
be the first time
I
he's
think
played
it is, yeah. Yep.
He is a quality player, one of those ones who in the next 2 or 3 years I'd be thinking you're looking at a draft prospect. Very good player, really interested to see how he goes tonight. On the other side of the board, I've talked very briefly already about the ruckman for Nightcliff. Eric Klenk, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure that he's a ruckman for the Tigers. And you've got Seb Gilhouse, who's just in outstanding form. And Ben Cocker mentioned that a little while ago as well, that in the game that Nightcliff played against them, he thought he was just the best player in the competition.
And he certainly was. I was down there for that match at Nightcliff Oval. He just stood out like one of those big light towers.
Yeah,
He was fantastic.
he is a big player,
Yep.
but it doesn't matter if you're big and you're not getting the ball. He rucks beautifully. He's getting the ball more around the ground than what I've seen previously. He's doing very well in that regard. The only criticism that I'd probably have him is that he doesn't take enough marks and he needs to use the ball a little bit better. That's what I'll be watching for him tonight. Outstanding player. I'm really keen to see Liam Holt Fitz as well.
And welcome to TIO Stadium. The teams are out there. This game not that far away now. Both teams moving their way into the centre. And we do have some news about why the Motlop players are not part of the Wanderers team tonight. That's because the passing of Lorna Motlop, who is the mother of a number of the players there,
Mark
of course.
Motlop,
Mark.
no, it's the Nana. So Mark Motlop's mum,
Yep.
Eddie Motlop's, and Shannon, Daniel, Marlon, Brenton, JJ's Nana.
Yep, the nana of all of those. So she's got the 4 boys. She was the mother of those 4 boys who have been such great names in
Paul Motlop, yep.
Motlop.
And
as well.
Lauren Motlop as well, with playing at the women's football as well.
Yep. So sad news for Wanderers, and they'll wear the black armbands today. They're in the middle already. They've brought in a number of new players to the team. And that's going to be important for them as we welcome Dominic McCormack. Dom, if Wanderers are to win today, those new players, those bit players, have got to be the better players tonight, don't they?
Look, they certainly do. What you want from those bit players, as you describe them, that they need to put in 110% effort. They're the ones, if your 22nd man plays really well, that lifts everybody else. That really sets the standard.
Kieran Davis, who are you going for in this game quickly?
I have to go with Nightcliff based on their recent form, and Wanderers coming off a big loss.
Well, the Giant walks into the middle. He's going to do some hard work here tonight. Big Seb Gilhouse, and we know what they do with him. They leave him out on the field now rather than bringing him for a rest. Tash, who are you going for?
I think Nightcliff will be too strong.
Yes, I agree. I think I have to agree with you, but it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a terrific game. He's pacing around in the centre there like a caged animal is the big man. Look at him there, number 10. Big Seb Gilhouse. Number 19 there for Wanderers, Brodie Martin. And the ruck work's going to be done by Hugo Drogamulla. That's him there. Number 28. He's half the size, really. Look at him.
Seb Gilhouse is just looking great. He's dropped a bit of weight, as we've spoken about before. He's just looking great.
Dom McCormack to get it underway. Round 8 in the NTFL.
Here he is, Seb Gilhouse against Drogamulla. Gilhouse wins it down straight away. Nightcliff out of the middle beautifully. And tackle was laid, and the Eagles have laid that great tackle. It will come back for a free kick in the middle. Jared Erlinson, the captain, laid it, won the free kick, swings the ball out wide. Mark taken it right half forward. Well, there's some intent already about the Eagles here. Little toe poke into the middle, and as soon as I give them an early wrap, they've turned the ball over. Nightcliff will bring the ball from defence.
Deep in defence they are, just a short kick. Now, the short game, I'm not sure it can always work for them. They do have the mark out on that far side of the ground. Not sure who that player is. We'll pick him up shortly. But the kick from half-back out towards the wing. Big climb at the back. Strong mark taken out there for the Tigers. What's going to be on offer? Kick down towards half-forward. Right over the head of the player out there in Coco Nicky, and that's him chasing the ball to the boundary line. It's over for a boundary line throw in. So just feeling each other out early stages, Tash Medry.
Yeah, and that was a great mark by Jackson Starcevich. If he takes ones early, that's really great for his confidence. Kieran?
Yeah, it's Coco Nicky's 50th Premier League game today. Just a bit of a shout out for him.
Boundary throw in. Daniel Wheatra was the one who went up in the ruck contest. Ball comes down now. Wanderers bringing it out of defence. Seb Gilhouse thought he was taken high. Play on, says the umpire. Nightcliff now swinging the ball up into forward 50. Coco Nicky was the target. Didn't reach him. He was swamped by the Eagles' defence. The ball coming out now through the Eagles by way of Zelio Casemiro. Delivers the ball well. Comes out to a teammate in McLean. McLean on the right boot. Finds Smart hugging the boundary. They're still deep in their defence. Calling the ball is Brodie Martin. I don't think he can kick it 70 metres. He goes 50 and loses possession. Nightcliff just stopping all the gaps at the moment. They bring the ball back into midfield. Lovely kick on the left boot. Mark's taken in midfield. Now the ball delivered long into attacking 50. Starcevic, the target, up high there for the Eagles was Brodie Martin. And the free kick will be paid. I think it might be for front-on contact. Martin there against Starcevic. So the big man to take the free kick.
It probably was deserving, that free kick. He was absolutely sandwiched in that pack.
So 3 or 4 onto 1. And Jackson Starcevic be terrific for his confidence to slot this one early. Tosses the ball in the air as he wanders in. He's got the bright orange boots on. 30 metres out. Angle, nothing to speak of. Drills it through the middle. And that's the first goal on the board for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's a great goal by Jackson Starcevic. The free kick was there. He presented really, really well. And for his confidence, that'll help him because he's a very confidence-boosted player. So to take a mark earlier on in the wing and kick that goal, it's great for Nightcliff.
Yeah, a lot of concern about him too. 3 players around him. He was crashed into front on. Daniel Wheater not happy with the decision, as all defenders aren't. but it was absolutely there.
They've got a mismatch because he's got about 15 to 10 centimetres on Daniel Wheater.
And it was Brodie Martin, I think, that came front on, didn't he? Ran straight back into the pack. He's gone back into the middle there. So Seb Gillhouse to continue the ruck work. Let's see what he can do here. Actually, he didn't get a chance. Yes, he did. He got to it, and Wanderers win the footy out of the middle. Reardon with the kick. They got that last time. And again, they turn it over. The Eagles have done this a few times. Gave it to Bowles. Bowles on the right boot. Spears it out wide. So Nightcliff have it out on the wing and can bring it back into the corridor. The kick is short, and then sliding after it and taking the mark there might be, that's Clinky, I think, goes a little short along the boundary line. The ball was dropped. Nightcliff with control of it. They can't get clear. They go over. The handball came back over the top. Wanderers got there with the fist. That was William Austin, and he knocked it only towards the boundary line. I think he's done it deliberately, and he's turned it over. So the free kick here to, is that
Brown?
Brown.
It is Nathan Brown, the skipper, out towards the boundary line. Knocked away there by Nightcliff towards the boundary line was Downey, and out of play.
The skipper looks like he's had some new ink work done on his arm.
Well, I had to take a second look at him. He's like a moving picture show.
Boundary throw in now. Drogamullah up against Gillhouse. Gillhouse works his way in front beautifully. Coco Nicky was sweeping past. So too there for the Tigers, Tyrone Downey. But the boundary line beats them all, and they'll have to do it all over again. 4 minutes gone in this first quarter. Nightcliff with the only score on the board. They have 1 goal. Wanderers yet to score. Gillhouse again taps it towards the back. Joshua Jukes tried to flick it forward. Nightcliff take possession. Good tackle laid. Dropping the ball is the call, the Eagles. And that'll be the Eagles there through Adam Tipungwuti to take the free kick at right half back.
Yeah,
in fact, it's
Quackamunga.
It is indeed.
That's the man from over at Urukala. I saw him playing over there a few weeks ago. He looks pretty good. He wants a bit more of it. He gave it off instead to Reardon, who's had a bit of it early in the match. Kicks it out wide down towards the half-forward line. Bounces on the ground. Hard run. Seedon couldn't pick it up. Seedon on the chase. Nightcliff get the handball along the boundary line. They try to keep it in play. Downey caught in a tackle, but the ball had gone out of play and the umpire has to throw it in. Nightcliff with the only goal came from a free kick to Starcevic at the start of this quarter. Here's the throw in. Gillhouse at the back, works his way to the front, did pretty well, tapped it to ground, kicked off the ground there by Brown, gave a chance here, picked up by Nightcliff onto the right boot, kick out wide was pretty good, straight into the hands here of Riley. Riley onto the right boot, goes along the boundary line with a kick, no he doesn't, comes back inboard instead, runners everywhere, Coco Nicky over the top with a short kick, put it in the hands there of Coates, the captain and skipper, chased by the other number 12, Zelio Casemiro, knocked it over the boundary line and out of play.
Yeah, I reckon Zelio Casemiro is tagging Troy Coates because he followed him into the midfield and then followed him back to the forward line. So I reckon he's got a tagging role tonight.
Boundary throw in, left forward pocket favouring the Tigers. Up high goes the big men. Tapped it towards the back. Clean possession taken there by Coates, gets the handball away, flicks it out. Coco Nicky puts himself in good position, took possession and was stripped of it. Soccer off the ground, a bit lazy there by the Tiger forwards. Now another Soccer. Again, they can't take possession. The Eagles' defence working hard, tackle laid, handball comes through, eventually pushed through, as it should have been far earlier by the Eagles' defence. Pushed through 4-8 behind. Nightcliff 1-1-7. Wanderers yet to score.
Braden McLean brings it in. Kick again. They've turned it over. Wanderers have done this a few times. Mark taken out there by Tyrone Downey. He's too far out to score. He's out on the boundary line. He's going to chip it in short. Loose checking by the Eagles, and the Tigers have it on 50. So loose checking. It's Coates with the footy. You've got to keep an eye on him. If you're a tagger, You've got to be able to touch him at any point, don't you, Tash?
Yeah, there wasn't enough communication in the back line there, but Zelio Casemiro should have been with him.
Coates. That's a poor kick from him. He didn't know where to go. He wanted something from upfield. He didn't get it. Guakamungu got it. And Wanderers now get out of trouble. From the back pocket up towards the centre of the ground. Kick was okay. How many times have they done that, turning it straight over and giving it off to the Tigers? Spearing kick inside 50. It's all Tigers down there. They'll get to the footy. Good tackle too. Put that player under pressure. That's white ball to the boundary line, seen over by Xavier Cabillo for a boundary line throw in at the 50. 7 minutes gone. Tigers lead a goal to goal. 1 to the Eagles yet to score.
Yeah, good start to the quarter here by Nightcliff. The Wanderers defence are under plenty of pressure.
Boundary throw in. Gilhouse again up against Drogamullah. Gilhouse 2 cracks at it, won both of them. Unfortunately, he's lost it out of the middle, and Erlinson with the quick kick out brings it to half forward. Stolen by Ngalkin on the right boot, swings it up into a dangerous position. Jukes with courage, couldn't take the mark. Nightcliff now trying to crash their way through. Handball comes towards the boundary. Head down there for the Eagles was Xavier Cabillo, and he pushes it towards the boundary line. Wins a throw in. Good result there, really, for the Eagles in the right forward pocket.
Yeah, it is. And Jason Cole comes straight off the ground after missing those 2 kicks at goal off the ground as well.
Gee, you see Xavier Cabillo and you think straight away of Ponce and Eddie and those great Cabillo players that Wanderers had. Eagles with the kick out of the defensive area, up towards the centre of the ground. Taban caught in a big tackle. Wanderers there through Justin Smart, but they've turned it over. Taban wins the free kick, goes backwards with the right kick into the centre of the ground, finds Nathan Brown. The skipper has it, stands in the centre circle, kicked it to the man standing on the mark. It's unbelievable. Never seen anything like it. Joel Seaton with the right boot, kicks it out wide to Liam Patrick. He's on a charge, the flyer from Lajamanu, gets to 50, powers away with the right foot, goes for goal, and at the last minute it rolled away and went through for a minor score. Well, we saw a couple of things there, Tash, we've never seen before.
No, Nathan Brown's kick, I think he was in 3 or 4 mines and he just dropped the ball there, but Liam Patrick probably had a little bit more time to run into goal.
Well, the Tigers.
Here we go again, Nathan Brown.
Take 2 for Nathan Brown. From the back pocket, that's a much better kick. That's what we expect from him. Swings it out to a teammate from defence. Long kick out now through centre wing. Althouse Cooper couldn't take the mark. Goes back in to lay the tackle. Now picking it up is Kane Riley on the left boot. Pops it up to a dangerous position again. And Starcevic going high, leaping up there in front of Wheatra. Takes the mark. Just too big and too tall. And he took the mark on the second grab on the way down.
He read the flight of the ball very well there. Took it at the highest point.
So finds himself in the corridor. Will kick for goal from 40 metres out.
Now he should get this goal. He's within range. Good goal kicker.
Well, Starcevic, first 2 kicks of the game. Could they be 2 goals for the big man? Deliberate approach. Swings through it now. He toe-poked at it. He won't be happy with that at all. It's off to the side. Nightcliff 1-2-8, leading the Eagles. 1 behind. We've gone almost 10 minutes in the first quarter.
You see that a lot with full forwards. They do dinky kicks when they're within range. I think no matter where you are out from goal, Charlie, that you use the same kicking style every time.
Brodie Martin into the back pocket. Wanderers to clear from there. Austin with the kick forward was pretty good too. Got a teammate out wide, got the handball back and ran Daniel Wheatra. Back with his handball, linked it up through Moroney. Moroney's dinky little kick was short, put his teammate under pressure. Little kick along the boundary line worked okay. Back to Moroney. Moroney along the wing. Nice kick too, linked it up to Keelan Fijo. Back to Fijo again, he's out on the wing, he doesn't quite know where to go. He has to give it off to Moroney. Moroney on the right boot, sends it forward, good kick, big climb at the back to Ban. Came off hand, spilled towards the boundary line and out of play.
Liam Patrick's calling for deliberate and he's got the ball.
He's got it and so he should.
Kick, yep.
Well, I never reckon that works, but it certainly did tonight. Appealing to the umpire and then you get the free kick.
Liam Patrick with that free kick, 55 from goal, just bombs it away to the goal square. The Flyers are up. Most importantly, who's down? Who was down for the Eagles? Well, it was Bo Reardon. He read it beautifully, grabbed it immediately and snapped on the right boot for a goal.
Wanderers needed that goal and Reardon was at the right place at the right time, and Charlie, the free kick was there. He asked for it, Liam Patrick, and he got it. And if the free kick's there, it needs to be called for deliberate. We haven't seen it much during this season, but definitely there. Good crumbing of the ball. Front and centre here.
Here it is where it bounced, and there's Reardon onto the loose ball. We're watching this on replay, and apologies to those listening on the stream. We can see it, and his kick was terrific. And that was like an appeal in cricket that your mates didn't think it, and then all of a sudden they all went up with you after, and the umpire said, well, it was definitely a free kick. and gave it. So Eagles get within a point now. 1-2 Nightcliff, 1-1 the Eagles. Ball up in the middle. He's still rucking Seb Gillhouse. He knocked that down as he got down, and Simon Bates won it. Went with a kick upfield, going harder to Joel Cabillo. Didn't get it. Erlinson's kick handball was out pretty good. Getting in the way out there was the Ryan Moo ball towards the boundary line. Nathan Brown couldn't keep it in play and it went out.
Kieran?
Yeah, just having a look at the conditions out here. I can see some lightning beyond the scoreboard, and interesting to see the flags on the scoreboard completely limp, no wind to speak of whatsoever.
Boundary throw in now, right half forward for the Eagles. Seb Gillhouse just takes it out of the ruck immediately. Nightcliff power it forward, but Moroney takes it under the scoreboard. Handball out to Drogamullah. His handball almost cut off, but Wanderers retain possession. Erlinson now from half back. His kick is a good one. He finds Gaikamungu on the left boot. Spots a teammate out wide. Finds Zelio Casemiro. Couldn't take the mark. He's able to get back in and put his body over the ball, however. Gets it out to Gaikamungu. Steps through a tackle on the right boot. The high up and under towards half forward. Who's underneath that? Gillhouse was there. Couldn't take possession. Coates comes through well. Needs to use the ball tidily. He doesn't. Jukes cut it off. Got it towards a teammate there in the form of Simon Bates. Bates couldn't use it cleanly. Tigers under pressure here. Streaming through midfield. Quick kick. Comes out towards right half forward. No clean possession being taken here for the Tigers. Kale Cossack comes through. Right boot. Long kick towards the goal square. Through for a goal from Cossack. Great kick.
Great goal to Nightcliff. Kyle Cossack, a great player for Nightcliff, but he's gone back and had a crack at that goal. Could have kicked it to Jackson Starcevic, but he took the responsibility, and that's a good goal from a young player, Charlie.
He got onto that ball there on the scoop, and he was just too strong. Ran away there from the Wanderers player in Dukes, and his kick was a good one.
Yeah, and Dukes needs to be careful. We went for the ankle tap there, and that's a reportable offence if you trip, so he needs to be careful. We've got a Nightcliff player. Kieran, if you can just keep an eye on the Nightcliff player that's come off clutching his shoulder.
That's Ryan Althouse Cooper. He went pretty hard at that contest earlier.
So Tigers in front now, 2-2 to 1-1. Just ticked past 14 minutes. Game from the TIO Stadium in Darwin, round 8 of the NTFL. Nightcliff unbeaten coming into this game. They've been so very impressive. They beat Wanderers by 103 points about a month ago back out at Nightcliff, and here they are at the stadium in Darwin. They win the ball out of the middle. That's Adam Baird, goes forward with the kick. It's a loose ball, rolling in the forward line. Starcevic with the tap down was clever. Kick on the bouncing ball. That's an unbelievable goal. That just went straight into the hands there of Tyrone Downey, so thank you very much.
Great goal, Downey. Across the body through the goals, and where there's still no wind whatsoever out there. I don't think I've ever seen it that still before, Charlie.
And is that a sign that rain's coming?
Well,
no,
there is
sometimes
a lot of,
there's a calm before the storm, is an old saying.
There is a lot of lightning out there, so we might be in for a wet game after half time.
Here's this tap, Tash.
Oh, clever. Jackson Starcevic and Downey. He's happy with that one.
Isn't the lessons been learned from last week's game? Another tall player being put on Daniel Wheatra, and he's struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good move.
And they haven't made the move yet. Let's see when they will make it, Dean Rioli.
Seb Gillhouse up in the middle, went early. Drogamullah won it, and the Eagles charged through the middle. Beautiful work there from Bo Cabillo. Got it up into forward 50. Liam Patrick can't take possession. The Nightcliff defence now. Swing into action. The ball out wide. Carl Cossack dodging and weaving. They've got him, and that's a wonderful tackle out there. Terrific effort on behalf of the Eagles by Joel Cabillo. Stuck at the task, brought his man to ground, and wins a free kick 55 from goal. Brings it backwards, finds a teammate at half forward. The high up and under. That's a shocking kick, and that is out of bounds on the full. Dean Rioli would not be happy with that.
No, and as a forward line player, Liam Patrick, that's not the way you want the ball delivered, and the Nightcliff players had to jump over the fence to get the ball here. The umpire's called time off.
So it's out of the danger area by a long way, but Nathan Brown's drawn the free kick from that errant kick by Wanderers, and he can bring this ball back into play, and he elects to go short with it, and it was a nice kick too. They have it inside their defensive 50. Nalkin down there wants the handball as he goes for the run around the back. Thought about it, and then decided not. Kick across the back line, right back into the back pocket. And they'll try and build this now with a little kick. And Nalkin takes the mark. Inside defensive 50 for the Tigers. Keeps it. No, he didn't. I thought he kept it inside defensive 50. He didn't. Might have found a teammate there in, who's that? Coco Nicky, indeed. Kicks up towards the wing. Taban in front position, didn't get it. Ball lands on the ground. Good hard work there. Baird over the top. Managed to get it out to Rodimar Onus, and he goes further with it. Holz fits with the kick down towards the half-forward line. Starcevic, too big, too strong. Daniel Wheater, no chance.
Yeah, just interesting to see when Dean Rioli's going to make the move, but who goes down to play on Jackson Starcevic? Is it Dragomola or maybe Jukes? Someone with a bit more body maybe, but Daniel Wheater is a smart player, but they're finding him out with the tools at the moment.
Well, they started last week, didn't they? Raphael Clark did it, kick 6, and now Jackson Starcevic is on the way.
Goes back.
So Starcevic now on the right boot, 45-degree angle, no problem at all. Threads it through, he's got 2, and the Tigers kick away as we go past 17 minutes in this first term. Is it 4 goals? 4 goals, it is. 4 goals.
4 goals too. Good goal by Jackson Starcevic. He's looking the goods today to start the first quarter. Let's hope he can go through the whole game. But if this is a sign for Nightcliff, we could be in for a goal feast again, as the game started last week, Charlie.
See, they've done a bit of this, Nightcliff, like just hold possession. They always keep hitting targets, and you've got to try and take it off them. And if you don't, they punish you every time.
But they switch the ball a lot too, and they're always looking for space and to play on.
Their skill level is good, isn't it? Their usage of the ball good.
Very.
Ball back in the middle. Drogamala up against Gilhouse. Gilhouse just bats it away to a teammate. Through the middle they come. Miles delivered it, but delivered it too short. Handball comes out to Holt Fitz. He has a shot at goal on the run. Through for a behind. Great swift ball movement there by the Tigers.
He's got a lot of speed, hasn't he?
18 minutes gone in this first quarter. Nightcliff 4-2. 26 Wanderers, 1-1-7, and they're beginning to struggle to keep up now, the Eagles.
Daniel Wheater to bring it in. He always has the kicking duties. He usually uses it pretty well. And he did that time, gave it to Martin. Martin to the wing, got the skipper Erlinson on the run. They get to him a couple of Tigers, but not before he kicked, and he kicked beautifully. Got it up to just outside 50. Deep kick to the top of the goal square is a beauty, and they'll run straight in here and kick the goal. That's a super goal. Joel Seedon runs in and kicks the goal.
He just read the ball in flight there, Joel Seedon. Didn't break stride and kick the goal. Wanderers needed that goal, Charlie. And Dean Rioli hasn't made the change yet, so he's kept Daniel Wheater on Jackson Starcevic.
It was sort of what you said a moment ago, Charlie. It was terrific ball use from Daniel Wheater, found a great target, and then Erlinson's ball use up the field was great.
And he had a bit of a quiet game last week, Jared Erlinson, from the captain's perspective, so he'll be looking for a big game tonight.
So that score check here now. Wanderers a kick their second, 4-3 to 2-1.
Stay in touch here, the Eagles, as the ball is brought back to the middle of the ground. For the Eagles, Joel Walsh, number 20, into midfield and into the ruck. So Walsh to go up against Gilhouse, who's prancing around like a praying mantis, wins that one easily through the middle. Erlinson dives at it, coming through Brodie Martin, just dropped it on the ground, not called. Nightcliff there in numbers. Tackle laid, Jukes comes through, can't lay a finger on the ball. Martin does with the left boot, high up and under into forward 50. Mark taken, yes it is. Mark taken there for the Tigers by Patrick White. He's just outside 50, looking for a lead. We'll go with the kick now. He sends it long towards the goal square. No, it's not towards the goal square. That is straight through for a behind. I don't think it went where he wanted it to go. It certainly didn't go where Jackson Starcevic wanted it to go. Through for a minor. Nightcliff 4-3-27. The Eagles 2-1-13. Just staying in touch.
So Braden McLean now with the kick out wide to the defensive 50. Wanderers still electing to go deep into that St Mary's pocket down there and not come to this other side of the ground where the grandstand is, and they can win it from the back pocket and thump it up. Now here's a raffle. Big pack of players underneath. Liam Patrick better than them all. Went with the handball and got himself into trouble. Comes back again, straight into the hands this time of Xavier Cabillo. Out wide with the handball. Ball dropped on the ground there by Joshua Jukes towards the boundary line. Nightcliff get it. Hard work from Rodimar Onus. Seb Gilhouse went looking for it. Nightcliff win a kick out of a pack. Hurried kick forward up towards the 50-metre line. Bounced on the ground in front of Coco Nicky onto the right boot. Spearing kick. Not going to make the distance. Cut off there by the Eagles in defence, and they can run it out from there.
We've got a player down and back play, and the trainer's actually calling for play to stop. He hasn't moved.
That's a left knee injury, I think you'll find. That's a left knee right out there on the wing as we find the Eagles with ball in hand. Joel Seedon at left half back in front of our commentary position. Nightcliff rotations here. Multiple rotations coming off. The ball now down towards Liam Patrick as the main target. He couldn't take the mark. Brown comes in, takes the ball, finds a teammate by hand. He's stripped of it now. Good play there for the Eagles by Dylan DeSantos, coming through well. And the ball cut off eventually there by Joel Seaton. Took the mark, swings the ball infield, goes towards the middle of the ground. No mark taken there by Leslie Moroney. Needed to. Nightcliff now bring it into forward 50. Starcevic couldn't take possession. Good pressure there from Wheatra. Coming through for the Eagles. William Austin delivered it by hand to a teammate. Wrapped up in a tackle. Starcevic still in the action. Now the kick out. Oh, Tigers with numbers. They're doing it easily here. And Troy Coates. 4 on 2 indeed. Troy Coates took the mark, just passes it off to a teammate in the form of Kyle Emery. He wanders to the goal square and belts through their 5th goal for the evening.
Yeah, just too many numbers in the forward line there for Nightcliff. There was 4 on 2 and it just too easy as the Nightcliff player has got to his feet and they're bringing him to the sideline.
Yeah, Mikica Rotomaonis, I think you'll find it is.
Yep. We're just watching another replay. Oh,
yeah, that's a bad one. His knee's gone right underneath him when he was caught in the tackle.
At least he's limping off, Charlie. Like he's getting support from the trainers, but at least it wasn't the stretcher. So let's hope it's not an ACL or anything like that.
And usually it's okay when you get up because it's still hot. Once it cools down, it's going to be a problem. So it could be worse than what it is. Here we go, ball up in the middle again after that goal was kicked there by the Tigers there, 5th for the match. They knock it out wide, hard run at the footy, Ryan Moo. Little kick by Wanderers up towards Liam Patrick. Got himself out of trouble, spun around on the right, but his vision is immaculate, so is his skills. Kicks it to the pocket, they straighten it up, the Eagles, and give it off to Justin Smart directly out in front. Good build up, the Eagles. They know how to come back, and they've done it just then.
Getting all their players involved as well. They're moving the ball quite well. Smart will go back and he should slot this one.
He's a good kick of the footy. Reardon has a goal and Joel Seaton a goal. And here's Smart with it. Justin Smart. He's played the last couple of years for the Eagles. Jets into town, goes with the left boot, kicks the goal. They've got 3, so they close the gap. But the worrying sign is Nightcliff look far more impressive.
Yeah, they're just a skill level at the moment. But Wanderers, they needed that goal to get back just before the quarter-time siren. And Jake Smart looks like he is playing in the forward line with Liam Patrick.
It's a good forward line.
Yeah, very exciting. As long as they can get the delivery in there, they've got the speed and the smarts.
Yep, no pun intended, because he is a very smart player. Liam Patrick already proving to be an important target.
He's good, isn't he?
Oh, geez, good.
I just love watching him play, Charlie. He's just so natural and silky with his
AFL
skills.
experience with
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast Suns.
Indeed.
Yep.
And they wanted to keep him, but he got homesick.
Ball up in the middle. Gilhouse again wins it. Coates in there, couldn't take possession. Moroney had one go at it, had 2 goes at it, couldn't pick it up cleanly. Tigers can't pick it up either. Coming through well there, Joel Cabillo gets the handball away. Untidy play. Now the Eagles come away with it. A bit of an up and under. Leaping high for it there. Go Kamungo takes the mark. Beautifully done. Now he's looking for options. Steadied down, and he did beautifully there too. Just steadied down, found a teammate in the form of his captain in Erlinson. Erlinson now from right centre wing. He will not be happy with that. Out of bounds on the full. Yet again, they've turned it over when they should not have.
Lots of turnovers from the Eagles, and Nightcliff punishing them at the moment. As we go to 25
turnovers.
minutes. Wanderers nearly a chance here. Bounces down inside the 50-metre line. Patrick White went looking for it. Clean-up was pretty good. Ryan Moo gave the handball off. Little kick inside 50. Nathan Brown back there. That's a better kick. Gets it to Patrick White, who's come up forward of the wing and takes the mark. And then his kick has just stayed in the field of play, and a good mark taken there by Holz Fitz. Had a chance to kick a goal in this quarter and then missed it. Goes backwards with his kick. Gets it off to the coach back there, Troy Coates.
They're playing around with it here.
And Coates' kick up towards the wing, off hands towards the boundary line, stays in the field of play. Eagles get there, Erlinson. Handball was pretty good over the top. Brought Joshua Dukes into the play, but it goes off instead to Miles. He's caught in a tackle. And the free kick played here to Nightcliff. Is it Miles? No, it's not. Well, it's quite. No, it's not. It's going to be Adam Tippenwoody, of course.
Adam Tippenwoody takes that free kick at left centre wing. Went down there to Smart, couldn't take the mark. Dukes is there in the action, so too Coates. Slaps the ball forward, did well, got it to White. What can he do with it? He needs to handball it away. Goes to Peris, Peris handball it. Gai Kamungo read it beautifully. Got it away by hand to Dukes. Dukes by hand, back to a teammate in the form of Braden McLean. And again, the Eagles, they've turned it over by foot out of bounds on the full. And Nightcliff will take the free kick on the siren. Quarter time it is with Nightcliff in the lead. 5-4-34. The Eagles 3-1-19.
Yeah, that was a good start to the quarter. The Wanderers come back in the end there, but I thought Keelan Fijo for Wanderers. Jared Erlinson's having a great game out there after last week. It wasn't so good. Liam Patrick as well, and Jake Smart presenting really well on the forward line. Nightcliff,
Visit Sky City Darwin for your chance to play Festive 50. Be playing a gaming machine at draw time for your chance to spin the jackpot cash wheel. $50,000 cash could be won. Draws start from 7 p.m. every Friday and Saturday and from 2 p.m. on Sundays and continue until a cash jackpot has been won. Join us at Sky City Darwin for your chance to win a Festive 50.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide. Ooh.
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Have you ever been to the Tiwi Islands? Now's your chance to see a great game of footy on Tiwi soil. Sea-Link ferry services run for NTFL, Island of Origin, and the Tiwi Grand Final. Book online now at sealinknt.com.au.
Just another beautiful day in the Territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
You guys catch anything yet?
Nah, nothing yet, but we're feeling lucky.
See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Around and look at him.
he never looks worried or stressed. He's pretty Mr. Cool.
Yeah.
And even out on the field, I know when Jason Cole for Nightcliff missed the 2 kicks off the ground for goal, and the first one, he probably had enough time to try and pick it up. And I know Coates was out in the forward pocket, so I'm not sure if the coach, because he comes straight off after he had those 2 misses, and I'm not sure if maybe Coates got over there and said, hey, mate, go have a sub.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So it's quarter time, yes. Nightcliff 5-4 leading Wanderers 3-1. Now, Coates walks into the middle, so he strides back in, right into the middle. Watch the players just, like, nobody says a word. He didn't say a word. See, that was just, it's almost like a magnet.
And it's right on the siren as well. So Wanderers are already been in their huddle with Dean Rioli talking there before the siren starts. But as soon as the siren goes, that's when Coach starts walking in to get all the players around him.
Gee, I wish we've got to get some binoculars because they're holding up something there that might have messages on it, Tom. Unless your eyesight can work out what it is.
My eyesight's nowhere near that good, Charlie.
Kieran might be able to pick it up for us if he's out there.
Well,
I used to try and get the stats off their board. That's how I always knew how many.
Well, is that what it is? Because there's 2 whiteboards being held up in front of the team.
There we go. There's the first and second quarter. So there's tackles, clearances.
Ah, okay. Now we can see
and
it.
And inside 50s. That was the Wanderers board before.
So the camera's giving us a favour here for those listening to us on the stream. The camera went in. So Wanderers have a stats board and another board that's got red and yellow buttons on it and arrows and all sorts of things.
That's the players there. So for Wanderers, they're saying in the first quarter they've had 15 tackles, clearances are 7, and inside 50s are 6. And I reckon that would nearly be for Tigers, and then the other column would have been their stats.
Mm-hmm. Now, Tash, with your eyesight, could you see what that...
No, that one, that's on the other side, that one. So that's the back of a board,
okay.
for Nightcliff. They're quite smart. They know the cameras are here, so they're not showing it.
So a little message written on said, hello, we know you look and go away.
That was good camera work too.
So the players, that's just extraordinary watching how Nightcliff do that, isn't it? It's very professional and very different.
And they've got a lot of leaders out there as well, so it's not just Coates. Jackson Starcevic got around the younger players. You've got Seb Gilhouse that's getting around the younger players. Jonathan Paris is out there this week. Good to see him back out there. Love watching him play.
Nathan
Brown.
Another key defender.
He's a great captain.
Now, I'm not sure who Kieran's got his eye on. He's hedging his bets here, but I figure he might want to talk to Dean Rioli because he's now moved over that way towards Dean Rioli.
It'll be interesting to see what Dean has to say about the start of that first quarter. And I reckon that Daniel Wheatra's gone back to the fullback, although Troy Coates looks like he's going to the goal square.
So Kieran now stands in front of Dean Rioli. Let's go down to him now. Kieran.
Yeah, I got Dean with me. Dean, your team's known for its running style, but you're coming up against a very structured team. How have you had to approach it, and what do you think of this first quarter?
Oh, look, it's, they've run hard. They're a front running side. We've noticed they gamble a lot. They have two of their players burst at every sort of contest. So for them, they're backing that they're going to win the ball in close, which is great for them because it's working at the moment. But I think we're leading in most areas on the ground at the moment. But the biggest thing that's hurting us at the moment is 11 turnovers to 2. And that's our thing, that if we can clean up our turnovers, that's where we're going to get back into this game.
Cheers, Dean.
Umpire throws it up in the middle. Turnovers costly, exactly what we were saying here. Gilhouse gets in there with some tackles over the top. Umpire has to extract the ball, but it came out anyway, and he'll have to ball it up all over.
I like his the gamble, which they do. Nightcliff.
So Eagles from the throw up, thump down towards the forward line. At the back there, Liam Patrick couldn't do much. Paris gets to the football. He'll receive the handball, stuck in the back pocket, cool under pressure. Tried to chip it out. He did poorly. Gave Wanderers a chance here. They mucked it up. Nelkin goes to ground. Hard tackle there on Bo Reardon, gets the spillage, and Nightcliff win it and come away with Miles kicking out wide to the far side of the ground.
Nightcliff now trying to put the pressure on at half forward. Coates extracts, delivers by hand. What can they do here at half forward? They need to get possession. Wanderers there in numbers. Erlinson over the ball, picks up handballs to the run of a teammate there in the form of Brodie Martin. He couldn't take clean possession. Nightcliff now back in possession. Liam Holtfitz gets the ball away to Cole. Cole on the right boot, kicking up into forward 50. Starcevic the target, brings the ball to ground, now receives the handball, bombs away towards goal, and that will be a great start to the second quarter. What's the call? The call is a goal. There was a delay for a while there, but the call is a goal to Jackson Starcevic. He kicks his third.
That's a great goal to Nightcliff. Just watching the replay here, Troy Coates head over the ball. He's a great player at ground level. Gets the ball out to Holtz-Fitz. Good hand pass across. And Cole, good delivery into the forward line. And Zelio Casemiro took out Daniel Wheatra. They both went to ground. Jackson Starcevic kept his feet. Got the hand pass and easy shot at goal. Just managed to get it through.
He was calling for it, Starcevic, as well. He was giving the little clap. He's going, here. So it's back into the middle. Wanderers trying to get there. Clearance out. They're not going to get it out. Held it up again. Both teams appealing for a free kick. Neither of them are going to get it. Umpire's going to ball it up. And just speaking of umpires, at half-time, Adam Davis, the National Umpire Development Manager, will join us for a chat for those people listening on the stream. Out of the middle, Wanderers get the kick. Scramble kick it was to Brodie Martin. Down towards the half-forward line. Wanderers with a chip kick towards the pocket. Too many Tigers back there in defence. Back along the boundary line they go. The handball's going to be a good one. Back out towards Bowles. Has he given it away?
Was that under pressure? That's not under pressure, is it? He's just walked it over the point post when they had absolutely no pressure on them, Charlie. Very, very lucky. I got done for that once in a game.
So the Tigers to bring it in and kick up towards the centre of the ground. A good mark taken there by Downey.
Now the ball brought out towards right centre wing. Pressure again. Pressure from both teams. The ball pushed forward by the Tigers. Stacks on the mill at right half forward. Will they clear it? They're doing their best ever. The ball thrown out. Play on, says the umpire. Liam Holt fits again by hand. Did beautifully. Receives it back. Goes on the left boot. Puts it into a great spot for Jackson Starcevic. Can't take the mark. Good pressure by Wheatra. Coco Nicky picks up and snaps with the left boot. Just didn't get enough on it. Goes through for a behind. Nightcliff doing all the attacking here. They move to 6-5-41. Wanderers 3-2-20.
I love the way Jackson Starcevic is jumping to his feet as well. If he hits the ground, he's straight back up again for the second contest. It's great.
Daniel Wheatra looking one way and then the other, elects to come back out onto this western wing in front of the Morris Rioli stand. Ball lands on the ground, picked up there by Blake Miles. He was under pressure, got the handball away. Moo knocked to ground. Wanderers get in there through Drogamulla, gave the handball back. Now they can kick it up towards the wing, and parked underneath the footy, taking a strong mark is Miles.
Taban needs to stay out of this, Charlie. He's come in, and I know the umpires brought it back. Lucky nearly reversed it. Taban didn't need to come into Joel Seaton then.
So the mark was definitely there, and then it was the late hit. The free kick and mark anyway was going to Blake Miles. Looks out to his right. He's on the wing, and then he runs forwards. A high kick down towards centre half forward. Pat gets underneath it. Starcevic worked his way around a couple of players there. They look with disgust at each other, Tash.
Yeah, Zelio Casemiro and Daniel Wheatra again. They're trying to double team Jackson Starcevic, but they're just not communicating, and they're both probably spoilt each other there, and Jackson Starcevic has gone thank you and taken 2 bites of the cherry.
6-5 to 3-2, and he's kicked 3 of those 6 goals. He might get 4 of 7. He's directly out in front. Here's Jackson Starcevic. He's a nice kick of the footy, crosses 50, directly out in front, bangs away with the right boot, travels pretty well, and then stays out wide. That's where he was aiming, Tash, and he kicked it behind.
Yeah, there's no breeze to speak of still. It's dead still out there, so he was looking for the breeze to come across, and it wasn't there.
Ball brought back into play now by the Eagles. The target is Justin Smart. He knocks the ball away from Gilhouse. The ball taken by Fijo off hands. Gets it out to centre wing, and Joel Seaton picks up, goes with the right boot, kicks into a vacant forward 50. Running onto it well there was Reardon. Slapped it forward to the advantage of Liam Patrick. He just couldn't get there for the Tigers. Daniel Bowles gets it out on the left boot now. Goes towards Baden Alkin. He takes the mark deep in the right back pocket. Good play by both teams.
Alkin out wide, goes even further. Getting in the way out there, but not able to stop it was Joel Cabillo. Nightcliff have it along the boundary line. They can bring it back towards the corridor. That's where they go. Plenty of Wanderers players there, but the kick was too good for them all, and the mark was taken by Holes Fitz. Onto the right boot he goes, pumps it up towards 50. Great kick from him. Mark taken there. Coates outside 50. Gets on that trusty left boot, bangs it inside, punched by the Wanderers defence. Ball goes to ground. Little kick off the ground, straight towards the boundary line. What's the call going to be? Wanderers with Brodie Martin, banged away with the right boot, and what's he done?
Yeah, I think he's calling for a throw-in, Charlie. Very lucky not to get deliberate. That's more deliberate than the last one.
That is the most deliberate boundary line kick I've seen in my life. It's a throw-in here. 6-6 to 3-2. Here's the throw-in. High throw-in to front position Starcevic. You really don't want him rucking. He did do it, and Wanderers then kick inside the defensive 50, and they can control it now and get it out of the danger area with the next kick up towards this corridor, but it wasn't good enough because Brown got in the way. Taban went looking for Nightcliff as well. Hard run there. Oldhouse Cooper didn't get it, and Patrick White got it. His handball was pretty good. Patrick White is the man to go to if they can get possession of the footy, because he's clear, he's not. In go Nightcliff working hard. Cossack. Wanderers with the ball. Handball comes out towards Bo Cabillo. Onto the right boot he goes. Kicks it around his body. Liam Patrick went high. Seb Gilhouse goes down to the ankles and picks it up. Kicked off the ground by Liam Patrick. Down towards the centre of the ground. Down towards the half-forward line for Wanderers. Plenty of players going back there for the Eagles. Here's a chance. Nick comes out on Tippenwoody. Picks it up. Has the audacity to look over his shoulder and then goes for goal and kicks it. Wow.
Ripper, Charlie. That was a ripper. Just a one-hand pick-up and then still to dribble along the ground from about 30 metres out was a bit risky, but what a goal by Adam Tippenwoody, and he's kicked a bag of 2 or 3 now for Wanderers each game. Liam Patrick, clever. That's experience, Charlie. You can't buy that.
Kicked it off the ground. It was just a rolling ball. We have the benefit of the replay here.
He knew he had the speed there, so with Adam Tippenwoody coming through, but the pick-up and the kick across the body, and thank you. He could have bounced anywhere.
Audacious Adam.
I reckon it's the PP because it was the pick-up and the peep. I reckon he picked up and had a little look over his shoulder and said, "Where are you? You're not near me."
If that was me, I would have had to run all the way to the goal square to make sure of that. Nightcliff now bringing it out of the middle. Kick up towards half forward. Coco Nicky flies high, can't take the mark. Wanderers bring it away. Good play by Drogamulla. It will be if he finds a target. He didn't find a target. He found Ryan Moo. He goes back to the centre by hand. Finds Miles on the right boot. Up towards Jackson Starcevic. Got both hands to it. Couldn't take the mark. Liam Holt Fitz. He didn't mess around. He kicked the goal from 30 metres out.
front and centre from that pack, Liam Holt-Fitz, and great hands, read the ball off the pack really well and kicked an easy goal. Unfortunate not to get picked up in the draft. Was a bit of talk about him too in the draft, but very good goal.
Too young, I think, yet, Liam Holt-Fitz. He's only 16.
Is he? Because they did
16.
They did a story on him on YouTube. Oh wow.
Yep, every time we call his name, you got to remember he's only 16.
16. And Blake Miles has started really well as well.
Only 16 was a Sam Cooke song, wasn't it?
I think there's been a few only 16 songs, Charlie.
Look at that.
Liam Holt-Fitz, got the nice kicked the goal. So back to the centre, 7-6 to 4-2. Nightcliff in front. Wanderers try to get the tap down. Coates did pretty well, gave the handball away to the Tigers, who got the kick out of the middle, up towards half forward, hard at the footy, but not able to take the mark. Were Nightcliff down there, gave Clenky a bit of a chance, down towards the middle. Wanderers overrun the footy. Clean up at the back was pretty good with the Tigers. Short kick to the centre, and the mark taken there by Moroney for the Eagles, and he can relieve the pressure onto the right boot. Searches out wide, gets it out towards Dukes, has it out on the wing. And he's got a player down towards half forward. Good looking kick. He measured that nicely, and Smart takes the mark. Just a few metres in from the boundary line. Justin Smart a goal in the first quarter. We'll load up
50.
with the lefty.
It's 50, Charlie.
50 metre penalty.
Is it?
And against Troy Coates, I think.
Yep. It's 50.
So what was the call? Did he played on when the call wasn't given and the man stepped off the mark?
Yep. The Justin Smart started to swing around on his left boot, but Coates has left the mark too soon.
So the rule is you can't do that. You've got to wait for the call of play on before you can move, which is a little unfair on the person standing on the mark. But it's going to be a shot here from a pretty capable angle, I reckon.
He's already got one.
Ball in the hands of Justin Smart, almost, all but directly in front, and will probably kick from about 25 metres for those watching or listening to us on the stream. So on the left boot he goes, threads it through, and Justin Smart gets his second and becomes the first multiple for the Eagles, and a goal they wanted, and they've got it.
Wanderers are staying within this one, and I think they've won this quarter so far over Nightcliff. Unfortunately, the time's just started on the board and it's 7 seconds in, but it's more than that. But they've really pulled back this game in this quarter. I'm quite interested to see with Liam Patrick staying in the forward line, and they've got about 2 or 3 players on him, Charlie, to try and mark him because of his leap and his run. They're being a lot structured in the forward line.
7-6 to 5-2, 11 minutes gone, second term.
Can Wanderers kick back-to-back goals? That's what I want to see. Can they do it?
So they've got 2. They're dropping back 2 here. Jukes is coming on now, sorry.
Ball in the middle. Gilhouse again wins it. Miles takes it from the middle, goes by hand to Carl Cossack coming off his wing. He left the ball behind. Blake Miles just socketed off the ground. Goes in the direction out there of Coco Nicky, close to the boundary. Has he collected it? Tried to con the boundary umpire with having nothing of it. Might be your 50th, but it's not your birthday.
Lucky for Wanderers then, because otherwise he was away.
Otherwise he was away. So boundary throw in there at right half forward for the Tigers. They've been very dangerous once they get to this point. Ball tossed in high. Gilhouse again wins it, as he has done almost all night. Going for it again, Carl Cossack. Gets it out to Brown. Brown has handball straight over the boundary line. And the umpire says that is fine. We'll have the boundary throw in again, just to the left of the scoreboard.
Nightcliff at the stoppages are getting the ball out too easily with Seb Gilhouse, but Wanderers need to shark this.
Trugamulla and Seb Gilhouse, they were holding Gilhouse, and he draws the free kick. So the big ruckman for the Tigers has it out on the wing. He comes back with his left boot, goes backwards with the kick. Cross almost to half back. Outside defensive kick, 50, the kick to the centre of the ground. It's a bouncing ball. All run here with the Eagles. Terrific run from defence. That's Guacamangu. Kicks it down to Liam Patrick inside 50. Thought of playing on, changed his mind. Now he thinks about it again. He's along the boundary line. He chips for Guacamangu under the foot. He got it, lost it. Handball came out from Nalkin. They can get out of trouble. Bowles with the kick out towards the half-back line. Mark taken there by... Who's that down there? Was it...
Moo, I think.
Moo, yes, with a little short kick. Moo, and then the handball back to centre half back, and they can run it out through Bowles, the Tigers.
A kick up towards centre wing. Mark not paid there to Brown. Spillage. They're fighting for it there at ground level. Coming through strongly was Walsh for the Eagles. Handball comes out. Casemiro tried to take possession. Couldn't do so. And a free kick paid here at centre wing. And the free kick will be going to the Tigers. And it'll be going to the Tigers there in the form of Adam Baird.
He carried on with the tackle, the Wanderers player.
Handballed off, finds Miles, who's well and truly worked himself into this game. The long kick down there towards Starcevic. All over him was Daniel Wheatra. Play on, says the umpire. Spillage goes to the back of the pack. Brodie Martin cleaned up. Punch away at centre half back. Clearing kick now through midfield. Oh, Keelan Fijo was unlucky there not to be able to pick that up. Peris came through and picked it up cleanly. Goes by hand to Baden Alkin on that deadly right boot, looking for Miles. Didn't find him initially. Putting in the hard yards there was DeSantis. Now through Cabillo, it comes through midfield. He kicked just a bit too long, and the sweeper in Baden Alkin will clean up yet again for the Tigers.
So Nalkin goes along the half-back line, up towards the wing they can go. The good kick for Taban. Jumped when he didn't have to, lost the foot, he got to it, then caught in the tackle, put to ground. It was a great tackle put on by the Wanderers player there in Dukes. Kicked down towards the half-forward line and then pushed towards the boundary line. Nightcliff back there, they're under pressure, knocked away by Liam Patrick, tried to get to the footy. He didn't deliberately knock it to the boundary line, but that's where it went and out of play. So 7-6 to 5-2, 14 and a half minutes gone.
And Liam Patrick out there is really yelling at his players to get back to this stoppage, Charlie. They're in this game. They're not letting this one get away.
They're staying within sniffing distance, aren't they? Gilhouse in front position. Tap down was pretty good. High tackle. Ball goes to ground. Move with a quick handball. A little short kick comes out to Patrick White. Has it at half-back. Goes up towards the wing. It's a high kick. Sets it up for front position down there was Starcevic. Ball went to ground. And a free kick is picked out of it. It's going to be Starcevic, I reckon. It's an interference in the ruck play, in the marking contest. So Starcevic gets it. He's got 3.
After he'd given the decent elbow there too to Daniel Wheatra in the head, Charlie. So Wheatra was giving him something back. Unfortunately, as often happens, it's the second incident that's caught. So Starcevic with the free kick just kicks long down towards a dangerous position, 30 metres out. The Eagles, after the drop mark, they come through now to clean up. The pace of Tipungwuti is proving to be telling. His handball out to Erlinson. Couldn't take it cleanly. Belts it onto the advantage of Tipungwuti if he can get there. Lovely little soccer play. Finds a teammate in Seaton with the left boot back into the middle. Now the Eagles, can they clean up through Cabillo? They're not being clean, and that's been the problem through midfield here. The Tigers come in numbers.
He's got to get rid of it.
He's got to get rid of it, and he hasn't. The umpire, what's he going to do?
Lucky.
He's given him the benefit of the doubt, Natasha.
He dragged that one back in. Didn't let it go away. He was lucky not to get that free kick. Give it away.
Now through the middle, the soccer comes through. The Tigers will come and clean up. The long kick up towards forward 50. Wheatra causes Starcevic to fall over. Handball now comes to Daniel Wheatra. His handball was poor. Target was Casemiro. Didn't find him. He holds on to Coco Nicky. No call. Adam Tipungwuti, the one who is the beneficiary. He sweeps through. Gets a handball away to a teammate. Goes now to Erlinson. Erlinson, long kick. Bounces his way up centre wing. Very untidy play by both teams. The ball now hacked away up towards centre half back. And the mark taken there for the Eagles again by Brodie Martin.
So Brodie Martin up the corridor he goes. Good looking kick. And the mark taken there by Justin Smart. A couple of goals against his name. Kicks it up towards half forward to Bates. Hasn't had much of it. Takes a bounce at 50. Runs away from Seb Gilhouse. Gets onto the left boot. Bangs at goal and kicks it. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Bates kicks it. That's a good goal.
That's a great team goal. They knew that Bates had the speed and he knew he had the speed, and he raced away from the Nightcliff defender and kicked the goal. Very good at getting goals on the run, Simon Bates. And he just knew he had Seb Gilhouse chasing him, so he knew he was going to beat him by a mile.
He took a peep too, didn't he?
And Charlie, very importantly, they've actually kicked the back-to-back goals, the Eagles.
Yep.
It's the first time they've done it this evening.
They need to get the
Good
ball
point.
in Justin Smart's hands more often.
Let's get to Kieran. Anything there, Kieran?
Yeah, just a bit of a mishap with the scoreboard, so it should be 7-6 to 6-2, and I'm actually not sure how many minutes it's been, but the scoreboard still reads 0 minutes into the quarter.
Well, 17 3/4 minutes is what we've got on it, so it's getting close to half-time. Dominic.
Ball out of the middle again, the Eagles come through. Untidy kick, but it could be good for them. The ball falls to Bo Cabillo. Little dinky kick comes to Bates. He has to get rid of it by hand. Coming through strongly now for the Tigers. Althouse Cooper up towards half forward. No mark taken. Coco Nicky soccers it off the ground. Finds Emery. Emery by hand. Back to Coco Nicky. He's pushed off the ball just at the last moment. Starcevic trying to trap it. Daniel Wheatra trapping him. Emery comes through and they kick a goal. The quick reply by the Tigers.
Good team goal by Nightcliff. Jackson Starcevich heard Emery and he was calling out for the ball and he's just tapped it off the ground into Emery's path, and a good goal. They needed that one. Wanderers still, I reckon, have won this quarter.
Eric Klink, in fact, the goal kicker there, Natasha.
Oh, sorry. Eric Klink.
His first goal for the match.
Just clever here. Just watching on the replay, he got over the ball and then he heard the voice and got the ball out.
So here's Klink. We see Klink running in, picks it up.
Good at ground level as well. Didn't try and kick it off the ground, picked it up and got it on the boot.
So 19 minutes gone. That was a big goal there for the Tigers. 8-6 to 6-2. They hold on the Eagles by the slenderest of threads to just stay within distance. And I don't know if they're capable of kicking 3 or 4 goals in a hurry. They may not be. They weren't able to get an effective tap out of the middle, but the kick was with the Tigers down towards their half-forward line. Oh, big climb at the back, but the ball went to ground for Nightcliff. Handball came out. Onto the loose ball goes Coco Nicky. Went round the corner with it. Got it to it's big Seb Gilhouse down there. He goes to ground. The footy is underneath. It took him a long time to fall over. People called out timber, but then he finally got down there and the umpire comes in and will ball it up.
And that's who you want down there doing the ruck at the moment. So
Gilhouse, the big man, lumbers around, does do the ruck work, got it cleanly to a teammate, put the ball to boot, went back to try and retrieve it himself, with the mark taken in defence there by the Eagles. Through Joshua Jukes, deep in that left back pocket. Needs to deliver the ball cleanly. Gee, had no real targets there. Delivered it poorly. Went to Klink. Klink goes to Miles. Missed him. Gai Kamunga reads the ball well. Now just unloads the untidy kick off the right boot. No mark taken, but a free kick we paid here to the Eagles at right centre wing. They need to use their pace here.
That's 50, didn't
Most
give it
of
back.
their goals have come from pace, and Natasha, you're right. No clean delivery there, that's for sure. Should have been a 50-metre penalty immediately. The kick comes out to Tipungwuti. He just chips it up, makes Liam Patrick work hard for it. Now Tipungwuti try to buy himself a little bit of space and pace. He does do both. Gets it to Smart. Smart turns Jonathan Perez inside out and kicks beautifully into the corridor. They drop the mark. 3-on-1 here, the Eagles. They need to go for the ball. Martin it was who comes through. We're trying to get the kick away. Can't do so. Went back to grab it again. Couldn't do so. Tigers rushing through with defence. Smart takes possession. Gets ball to boot. And it's dribbled through for a behind. Well, the Eagles, that's one that's gone begging. The Tigers, 8-6-54. The Eagles, they move on a 6-3, 39, 21 minutes gone in the second quarter.
Baden Elkin charged with the kick-in responsibilities, loads up and just gives it plenty. Kicks it down towards centre half back, and the mark taken. Strong mark. Kane Riley floated there at centre half back and took a beauty. Onto the right boot he goes. Searches out towards the wing. Wants the man at the back there in Patrick White. Spillage came out through Baird. Baird's handball over the top into the hands of the running Blake. Blake went to ground. Blake Miles rather went to ground. Hard run at the footy. Adam Baird didn't get clear. Again, they've got Blake Miles and they hold him up. They're not going to let him out of there. And the umpire's going to come in and ball it up.
Kieran?
Yeah, we saw Mikaja Rodomaonis come off the ground earlier clutching a knee, and I've heard he won't be back on the ground this game, but they're confident that it's not an ACL and it shouldn't be too long.
Nearly half-time, 8-6 the Tigers, 6-3 Wanderers.
Ruck contest won there by Starcevich, stolen away by Erlinson, however. His kick cut off. Good pressure here by the Tigers. Handball comes out to Cole, wrapped up in a tackle. He's gone. He took them on, and two of them nailed him in the tackle. So the free kick here to go to the Eagles in the form of Bo Cabillo. Right centre wing in front of the grandstand. 22 and a half gone in this second quarter. Bo Cabillo looks down the line. Kicks long, target down there, Liam Patrick. The high flyer, Reardon. In fact, there it was Brodie Martin, but Kane Riley comes away with the long right boot. And Coco Nicky stood his ground and read the flight of the ball beautifully, took the mark. Now goes long down towards Seb Gilhouse. No mark taken. Spillage there to White. Couldn't handle cleanly. The Eagles' defence working hard. Ball comes to Starcevich. Snaps towards the goal square. Can there be a mark taken? It can't. Doesn't matter. Liam Holt-Fitz swoops onto it, picks up his own crumbs, kicks the goal from the goal square.
Yeah, good goal. Liam Holt-Fitz kicks his second goal. And I think Wanderers are waiting for the halftime siren here. They're looking very flat. Brodie Martin took out Liam Patrick as well, tried to use him as a stepping stone, and it took a while for Liam Patrick to get himself up.
So So 9-6 to 6-3. Nightcliff have come out and kicked 4 goals in this quarter. Wanderers have kicked 3, so they're staying with them. It's closer than it looks, isn't it, really?
It is. And the skill level at Nightcliff versus Wanderers, you'd think that they were up by 5 to 6 goals. And Jackson Starcevich as well were just testing the hammy then when he kicked that ball. And there was absolutely no defenders back there for Wanderers. 3 Nightcliff players, easy goal.
So 21 points the margin, closing in on half-time. Ball tapped down in the middle. Nightcliff get the handball out. Now they can come away with it. That's Jason Cole. Spears it up towards half-forward. White on the charge. Gets to it. They get to him. And it's a good tackle. Puts him to ground. And he's going to be pinged. And Casemiro has to hand the ball back to a teammate. Has it tucked away in the back pocket. 9-6 plays 6-3. Wanderers under some pressure here. Tash was right. I think they've got their eye on the clock. They want to go in and listen to Dean Rioli. They're not liking what's happening out there at the moment. Short kick inside 50 was good and just marked easily there by Coco Nicky, who's just been so dangerous in this quarter.
50th game, as Kieran pointed out, so go back and have a crack at this. Everyone loves kicking a goal in milestone games.
So the man on the mark is inside 50. He's about at the 45-metre mark. Coco Nicky made an attempt to pull up the socks and then gave it up as a lost cause. And comes out of the square, runs down towards the 50-metre line, gets there and bangs away with the right boot, kicks it out towards the right, came off hands, except Gilhouse down there, couldn't take the mark, minor score the result.
Lucky for Wanderers there. They were winning this quarter, but Nightcliff have got it back.
Daniel Wheater now to bring the ball back into play. Goes with that deadly right boot, looking out there for Bates, finds him with the mark, call to play on, found Moroney, he's dispossessed, they're under pressure here. Nightcliff forwards working extremely hard in that right forward pocket. Tackle is laid, and the umpire calls forward. There'll be a ball up. 25 and a half gone. Second quarter, Gilhouse charges out of the goal square, taps it back into the corridor to the advantage of his teammates. What can they do with it? A handball comes out, cut off by the Eagles. Miles in there again, so too Carl Cossack. Liam Holt-Fitz is there, tackle laid. Holt-Fitz comes through and picks it up, gets it out by hand to the run of Riley. Now coming through strongly there is DeSantis. He takes it for the Eagles. A long kick out towards half-back is out of bounds on the full. And a free kick to be taken out there again for the Tigers.
The pressure of the Nightcliff forwards is brilliant out there. It's getting many stoppages. Nightcliff, if they get a goal here, Wanderers, they're going to find it hard because they're looking for half-time here, and with the clock not being on at all, they have no idea how long's left.
Yes, like a fairly even quarter, but if they can kick a goal, then certainly the quarter belongs to Nightcliff. But Wanderers know that, and they can kick it down the corridor. Here's their run from the half-back line. Getting involved down there was Seedon. Tackle there hard on Xavier Cabillo. Lost the footy. Seedon comes looking for a second bite of the cherry. He got knocked out of it, and he copped one in the shoulder. He's got an injury in that shoulder anyway, and he got banged hard on it. And he's gone to ground down there, writhing in agony. Siren brings it to a close. It was a pretty tough quarter, and Nightcliff not quite able to shake the Eagles off yet. 9-7, leading Wanderers 6-3.
Yeah, Liam Holt-Fitz kicked 2 goals in that quarter. Absolutely brilliant small forward, and Blake Miles was getting his hands on the ball. Many clearances rucking off. He's reading the ruck off Sepp Gilhouse really, really well, but Nightcliff go into the half-time break. Probably won that quarter in the end when Wanderers probably had it for 3/4 of that quarter. I'm really impressed with Gakamungu, is it? Yeah, I'm really impressed with Gakamungu. I'm really impressed with his running and carry. He's trying to present as much as he can, but and Adam Tippenwoody in that quarter. But they need to get the ball in Justin Smart's hands a lot more.
So it's a great name, isn't it? Jamangi Gwakamungu from up in Yurikala. So half-time here. 9-7, Nightcliff leading Wanderers 6-3. It was 15 points at quarter time. It's out to 22 points at half time.
Visit Sky City Darwin for your chance to play Festive 50. Be playing a gaming machine at draw time for your chance to spin the jackpot cash wheel. $50,000 cash could be won. Draws start from 7 p.m. every Friday and Saturday, and from 2 p.m. on Sundays, and continue until a cash jackpot has been won. Join us at Sky City Darwin for your chance to win a Festive 50.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm blue and far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Have you ever been to the Tiwi Islands? Now's your chance to see a great game of footy on Tiwi soil. Sea-Link ferry services run for NTFL, Island of Origin, and the Tiwi Grand Final. Book online now at sealinknt.com.au.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
You guys catch anything yet?
Nah, nothing yet, but we're feeling lucky.
See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7 metre tide.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
a valid thing. Keep in shape, and it looks like the NTFL is really trying to push participation. Yeah. So I'd be interested in getting into umpiring maybe.
Yeah, the interesting thing, sorry Charlie to take over, but Noon's told me tonight, which is fantastic, 20% of their numbers this year are female. So obviously we know there's great growth in the game, a lot more females playing footy, and obviously exciting news of the National Women's League starting next Feb. But to hear that there's 20% female umpires up here is just terrific. Yeah.
Well, what we did today, we made history today because it was the first time in the territory that an all-female commentary team called a women's senior match.
Is that right?
And Tash Medbury, who was sitting in the seat that you were sitting in, actually did the commentary along with Abby Holmes, who was the first female to kick 100 goals. Yeah. And it was a thrilling game won by points over St Mary's. Terrific. Points come from behind to win the game. So will we see a game, do you think, one day in women's footy? I'm not suggesting that it should be like this, but a game one day where there's all women playing, the women are all coaches, the umpires are all females, and the commentary team's all females.
Well, why not? Why not? Certainly from an officiating point of view, we sort of look at it as it doesn't matter if you're male or female in terms of officiating. So on the AFL list at the moment, we've got 3 female goal umpires, which is terrific. We've got Eleni Gluftis, who originally started in the SANFL, and she's currently over in Melbourne on a pathway. And she did a NAB challenge game earlier this year, so she's getting closer to hopefully being the first female AFL field umpire. Okay,
so we're speaking with Adam Davis, National Umpires Development Manager, and he's visiting Darwin. What's going to come first? Will a female umpiring an AFL match at the MCG, field umpire, or an Indigenous person playing cricket for Australia?
Wow.
It's a question without notice.
Yeah, that's
the challenge for both, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I can only comment on obviously umpiring, but what I would say is that wouldn't it be terrific for both to happen? And it's great actually to see the Australians doing a bit better in the cricket. Let me add that editorial comment. Look, Eleni's getting very close. The thing with Eleni, and look, you know, everyone, it's probably every second week someone asks me, when's Eleni going to do her first game? And you know, the thing we certainly need to balance up is that, it's going to be a great story to have a female umpire in an AFL game, but Eleni's like any umpire, you know. We just need to make sure that she's ready, because I call it the beast, umpiring AFL, because there's so much scrutiny, and we want to make sure we don't obviously put Eleni's career backwards by putting her up there too soon.
Just a quick question, Adam. I was just wondering, we come up to Darwin. What do you think of the quality of the umpires? What are their technical skills? Is this the only game you've seen so far?
No, I was here for the earlier game as well.
So obviously it's a step up probably into the SANFL and then sort of, or the NEFL and then up into the AFL. So obviously a couple of levels behind. But could you see some of these umpires sort of maybe making a step up into sort of the higher aspects of the game?
Yeah, why not? I mean, ultimately it is a national game, and in terms of the AFL list, we've got 32 spots. And we have a number of development programs that underpin that. I think the challenge, certainly for officials in the top end, is how you work the 2 seasons in a way. Obviously, NTFL very important for the umpires to officiate well in that, and then obviously to be part of the NEFL competition. So it's a bit of a management aspect of trying to work out what's the best thing for the umpires. I'm really pleased now that Michael Solomon has aligned umpiring to talent in terms of the Northern Territory Thunder program here. So what you're going to see is young talent, and there's a really exciting talent out here in this game tonight, Stephen Panja. That's he's only a young fella, but he's part of this development program, and I think guys like that are just got to keep working hard, and ultimately they might just get their opportunity.
Do you have to have played the game to actually umpire games?
Yeah, look, I think it helps. Certainly to some level. It's really funny, you hear people say, you've got to have played. He can't umpire. He's not a good umpire because he didn't play. But someone like Brett Rosery, who's done I could undersell him here. I think he's done about 5 or 6 grand finals. He actually played footy till he was about 18. And same with most of the guys on the list. They play certainly to 16, 17, 18. So it's not as if, they've never played the game. We've currently got 3 former players on our list. Jordan Bannister from Carlton and Essendon, Lee Fisher from St Kilda, and we've got Brent Wallace, Terry Wallace's son, part of our list, and all 3 of them are contributing really well to the list.
Well, if he's a Carlton player, and we've given him away, it means he will be sensational for you. That's how it works. You mentioned Brett Roseberry. I mean, we saw him here. That's his pathway, was to come to Darwin and spend quite a lot of time here, and I think he might have gone to Western Australia for a little while, did he? And then into the AFL.
Yeah, so Brett was a Perth boy, so he grew up in Perth and obviously came up and I think he spent a couple of summers up here.
Yeah, he did.
A couple of wet seasons, in terms of NTFL footy, and he raves about it. Last year we actually sent a few guys up for about 2 or 3 games from our development program, and we actually we like to send guys up who we reckon just need to work a bit on toughening them up and management, and the NTFL is a very good competition and tough conditions obviously for Southerners to come up here in the wet season, but we think it's a really good development exercise for our talent.
You said toughen them up. I'm not sure whether you mean physically or whether you mean give them thicker skins because they get certain things said to them. Well, what do you actually
probably
mean?
A bit of both, to be honest. Yeah, it's probably toughening them up physically, and obviously it's probably a little bit like training in altitude, training in heat, coming back to the cold of the winter, but more so the management of the game. You need to learn how to manage men. And you can't do that necessarily officiating in, for example, TAC Cup footy.
Yeah. All right, we better leave it there. The players are making their way back on the field. Adam, so good to see you here. How long are you around for?
Yeah, I'm here till Tuesday, actually. So, I'll get along to some footy tomorrow and train with the guys on Monday night.
All right, good to see you.
Thanks
for
Charlie.
joining us today. Adam Davis with us here, National Umpire Development Manager Kieran Davis with me. You're not related, are you, Kieran? You too? No relation at all. Kieran's taking the headsets off. He's got to go down and do some duties back down on the ground. If you've just joined us, it is half-time here in this round 8 match at the Marara Stadium in Darwin, and Nightcliff led by 15 points at quarter time. They pushed it out to 22 points at half-time, so they worked very hard, the unbeaten Tigers, to try and shake Wanderers off. Wanderers 6-3, so it was a pretty good effort there in that second term from both teams. Nightcliff kicked 4-3 and Wanderers kicked 3 goals 2. So I was saying just towards the end, if Nightcliff were to kick another goal late in that quarter, they would have certainly won the quarter by a handsome margin. But as it is, they left the Eagles in with a bit of chance. You're listening to a bit of a chance. You're listening to the footy from the Marara Stadium in Darwin. We're on the stream going around the country wherever you're listening to us. Hope you're picking it up. We get calls telling us that you're listening from all different places and from overseas as well, which is really nice. And just a reminder too that NITV get hold of these matches that we call and turn them over and play them on a Tuesday night. But again, I say to you, I'm not sure that this is going to go to air this Tuesday. It might even be on Monday night. I think NITV have some commitments on a Tuesday night, so they're actually playing the game on a Monday night. Umpires making their way back out onto the field here, not that far away this second half. Let's get some comments from Dominic McCormack and Tash Medbury about how they see the second half of this match.
Well, I thought that Wanderers probably won that quarter for 3/4 of it, and Nightcliff managed to get a goal back in the end, but it's only 22 points, and as we spoke about before, I think Wanderers have more of the speed, and Nightcliff look like they're cracking a little bit. I haven't seen Troy Coates lose his cool. I was only saying that at quarter time when I said he's very cool, calm and collective. But at half time there he marched with the umpires and the mouth was going, and I don't think he was very happy about things, and also was probably into his players as they were walking off a little bit too. Not in a negative way, but just I haven't seen him express like that, I guess.
Yes, interesting to see. I think they've got a bit of pressure both ways. They know that St Mary's are in good form. They're sitting on top of the ladder, but they have to play St Mary's next week. St Mary's destroyed the Eagles last week in a very, very good Eagles outfit. A quarter of that team are not out there tonight for Wanderers, and yet Wanderers are. 22 points down. They've managed to kick consecutive goals in that second quarter, which I was willing them to do. And when they did, they got within 9 points. All of a sudden, when they had to, the Tigers kicked 2 quick goals to again kick away. But you wouldn't say that they're doing it easily. There's no way they're doing it easily. Eagles are able to put on pressure. I think Dean Rioli would be loving this situation. He'd be challenging his players. He'd see it as a challenge for himself. Can he actually put a whole lot of doubt in the mind of the Nightcliff Tigers tonight?
And just looking at the bench, Wanderers had 3 players come to the bench. I'm not sure where their 4th player is, and Nightcliff only have the 2. So there's, we know that there's already Rodimer Onus is out with a knee injury for Nightcliff, so they're already down a rotation. But Kieran might just keep an eye on the bench players. Maybe there's one in the change room still that's getting some work done. But yeah, Wanderers only have 3 down there.
Second half about to get underway here. Umpire holds it aloft. It's round 8 from TIO Stadium in Darwin. Nightcliff up by 22 points. 9-7 to 6-3. And the first ball comes out of the middle, and the Eagles can get the kick. They can't. They try to soccer it off the ground. Some work being done there by Brodie Martin. Didn't work too well for him. And the mark taken there. Good strong mark for Nightcliff by Kane Riley. He's a long way out from goals. He's not going to make the distance, but he'll put it right in the danger area. Sets it up forward. Craig Starcevic there. Ball goes to ground, and umpire says it's all illegal. In fact, that's not Starcevic down there. But Nightcliff are going to have a shot for goal anyway from almost directly out in front. Ball in the hands there of Tyrone Downey. Kicked a goal in the first quarter. Got a free kick out of that, Tash.
He played that really well, Charlie. Used his body really well into the back of the, moving back into the Wanderers defender there and forced the free kick. Very clever.
So almost directly out in front. His team has kicked 9. And he'll kick from directly out in front, and he makes no mistake at all and kicks the goal. So Downey's got 2, and Nightcliff get to 10. 10-7 to 6-3.
Nightcliff will like that, the start of that one, because I was hoping that Wanderers were going to kick the goal first and really make it a contest, but Nightcliff will be happy with that. Downey played that really well. Kieran?
Yeah, the Wanderers player missing is Joel Seaton. We noticed him go to ground writhing in pain at the end of that second quarter, and he popped his shoulder out, so that's why he's not on the bench.
Thanks, Kieran. Oh, that's a horrible injury.
Terrible injury to have. Won't be enjoying that one little bit. And, of course, a man down then for the Eagles. They've conceded the first goal of this third quarter. Drogamullah gets himself in front, taps it straight to a Nightcliff midfielder. They pump it out of the middle yet again. Now inside 50, the ball drilled to Coco Nicky. He got in front of Jackson Starcevic. He's not meant to do that. Regains possession after he dropped it. Snaps on goal in his 50th, if you don't mind. And he kicks the goal.
Good goal by Coco Nicky. Flashy goal. That's what we expect from Coco Nicky in his 50th game. The ones in front are too easy, but he won't want to get in Jackson Starcevic's way too often. He'll be taken out. But good play. Good pick up by Kyle Cossack. Delivery in, it was Jackson's ball, but Coco Nicky stole it from him and got the goal.
Oh, he did beautifully. He'll enjoy that for his 50th. Broke a tackle too, which was no mean feat. Had to look inside to see what he should do, and then said, no, I'm having a crack at this myself.
Thank you very much for work. Nightcliff's 2 to start the quarter.
Perfect start.
11-7 to 6-3. Big Gilhouse smacks it out of the middle, did really well. Big tackle there, holds up the Nightcliff player. Nowhere to go for Kyle Cossack. Wanderers take it off him, kick towards the half-forward line. Dropping back, taking the mark there was Bowles, did really well. Gave it to Taban, got the handball out wide. Nalkin onto it, wheels around onto the left boot, bangs it out wide, bangs it too far. Gets it to the boundary line, and I reckon he might have kicked that out of bounds on the full. And Wanderers get the free kick. They'll bring it in towards the pocket. Want Liam Patrick, got under the footy too much. It's a rolling ball. Gave a chance to Reardon. Goes in and kicks Reardon, and it's touched through for a minor score.
Geez, that was a late call by the umpire. I thought he was going to put the 2 hands down, but touched.
Good effort there. Gee, Wanderers, they look good when they go into forward 50 quickly. Jonathan Peris now with ball in hand. Kicks out wide. Goes out there to a teammate in Cossack. Was very good in the second quarter. He started the third very well now too. Important player for them, kicks down the corridor, looking out there for White, takes the ball on the first bounce, gets rid of it by hand very, very nicely. Went to Downey, Downey straight down the field. Target was Jackson Starcevic, cutting in front of him was Wheatra. Wheatra now goes inboard, centre of the ground, mark taken by Drogamullah. Drogamullah up towards half forward. No mark there from Maroney. The Tiger defenders hacked the ball up towards half forward. White was the target. Handball coming away now to DeSantis. DeSantis off to the big fellow in Brodie Martin. And a good mark taken down there by Maroney. Gee, he's been good for the Eagles in this game. Right half forward. What can he do with it? With the right boot, long down towards the goal square. Justin Smart edged under the ball. Goes back in to fight for it. Paris comes straight through by handing Alkin. Off with the right boot, up into the middle of the ground. Liam Holt-Fitz takes the mark. He's been a good player for them. Will steady down from half back.
So Holtz-Fitz from half back now goes along the boundary, along the corridor line. Good kick at the square. And Nightcliff can build from here. 11-7 to 6-4. Kick down towards the half forward line. Front position down there. White didn't get it. Ball left on the ground. Drogamala wanted a bit. Then it landed in his hands. He couldn't believe it. Bates came away with a handball. Got it inside 50. Wanderers bust their way out of trouble. Out to Drogamala. Gets to the edge of the square, defensive edge of the square, and then looked up, and his kick was pretty good. And he's got a teammate out there on the boundary line. He'll bring it back into the field of play. Kick wasn't the best.
And he's taken him high afterwards, Charlie. Lucky not to give away the 50.
Yes, Justin Smart. But the Tigers can win it and can build from here. Steady it all down. Along the boundary line they go. And get a little bounce. Left foot kick. It's not that good. Gets inside 50. Wanderers on the clean-up. And they'll kick it back. So just kicking to the opposition. We've seen plenty of it today, Dominic. One team gets it, turns it over. Here's Erlinson with a kick out towards the boundary.
Erlinson with a good kick too. Finds a teammate. Finds a teammate out there in the form of Fijo. Fijo now on the right boot. To the run again of Smart. He's a very important player for them. Hard up against the boundary, 55 from goal, right of centre, now called to play on. Will go with the left boot, steps around his player, now goes with the right boot, chips into the forward pocket, looking there for Tipungwuti, takes the mark in front of Taban. The Nightcliff players are saying it was out of bounds on the full. Tipungwuti's having nothing of it. If the boundary umpire wasn't there, he says, I've marked it.
He's kicked one from here in previous games as well. He likes them.
So Adam Tipungwuti has one goal to his name. He has a crack at that one, floats it across the face and goes through for a minor score. Wanderers 6-5, 41, trailing the Tigers 11-7, 73, 6.5 gone in the third quarter.
So the ball to come back in. Often there's nowhere to go. You look one way and then the other and then the other way and still nothing. There's a time limit on you, so you do have to kick it, and then he elects to kick and gave it to Kale Cossack. Took a pretty good mark. They're still just inside defensive 50. They're not now, and they can kick it out there to Althouse Cooper. Standing on the mark is Bo Reardon. He's gone backwards with the kick unnecessarily. And he works with his teammate. Might be Peris back there. Along the boundary line they go. That's Troy Coates with the kick. Out wide to Brown. Brown on the right boot. Measured along the boundary line. Fist back towards the boundary line. Brown looking for it again. Also out there is McLean. The ball beats them both over the boundary line and out of play. 7-minute mark. Or has Brown got a free kick out of it? He seems to think he has. He has. So it must have been kicked out of bounds on the full. So Nathan Brown, the skipper, has it for the Tigers.
Now called to play on, goes with the right boot. Down the corridor, scoreboard side. Ball spills to the back of the pack. Quick kick. Falls in the hands of Gokamungo. Handball was poor initially. Finds Maroney. His handball was poor. The Tigers cut it off through Coates. Goes back to Brown. On the right boot, the high up and under towards half forward. Starcevic underneath it. Gets a fist to it. Knocks it forward well. Be cut off here for the Eagles by Zilio Casemiro. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Has to dispose of the ball and eventually seen out again. Out over the boundary line. The Tigers pressing.
They're looking a lot better to start this quarter than Wanderers. Wanderers are looking a little bit flat.
Boundary throw in. Drogamullah up against Gilhouse. Gilhouse taps to the back. Finds Liam Holt-Fitz. Goes to Cole. Steps around Erlinson. Has the shot at goal. Good play by the Tigers. Great goal by Jason Cole.
Yeah, he took on one player, went around, shaped to kick and balanced again and kicked the goal. Good goal. Nightcliff are breaking away here. Wanderers look really flat to start this third quarter. It was a good hand pass as well. Was running front and centre. Took on Jared Erlinson and good goal. Very strong player, Jason Cole. Bit of a hard in and under player in the midfield.
Out to 38 points now. They've kicked 3 goals in this quarter to nothing. It was Almost felt that Wanderers were going to hit a wall at some point. They were just hanging on. They're further than that back now. Gilhouse goes into the ruck. Drogamullah to jump against him. Centre clearances favouring Nightcliff here because of the good ruck work. They win it again out of the middle, Tigers. They'll drive it down to the forward line. This has potential of blowing right out this game. Right now, hard run there. Coco Nicky had front position. Assistance came. Coco Nicky goes to ground. He ducked his head. They tackled him and put him to ground. Daniel Wheater won the footy. Got the handball away. Dukes tried to get clear with it for Wanderers. Couldn't. Some hard work there done by Jason Cole, who just kicked the goal. Handball back to Moo. Moo with a handball. Ball forced towards the boundary line. And Jason Cole sees it over. So Jason Cole's getting a bit of it.
Kieran?
Yeah, I haven't been around TIO Stadium for too long, but I must say I have never seen a game where there hasn't been any wind. Still, we're in the third quarter and I have not seen the flags pick up at all.
No, they haven't.
Boundary throw in, right half forward here. Jackson Starcevic wins the tap out. It goes to Ryan Moo, pops it up high and floats through for a behind on the first bounce. Ryan Moo, we haven't seen much of him in this game to date.
Dom, those kicks and Tash, those kicks like that when you're in the pocket and they're impossible. Does it make more sense just to centre it, put it up in the air? You've got Starcevic there, he's big and tall.
And in the women's game, they did that quite a lot. They were centering it at the top of the square.
It's the way you play footy.
Ball now at half forward again for the Tigers. Another opportunity. Quick kick comes into Coco Nicky. The snap on goal. And he's hit the post a quarter of the way up. Again, he had a teammate standing there for him by himself in the goal square.
Well, they were outnumbered again, Wanderers defenders. There was 4 on 3.
It's part of territory footy. I don't think we challenge our teammates to do their bit. Do you know what I mean? Kick it to the contest. Let them take the mark. We'd rather go for goals. Here's the kick that comes out wide. Starcevic front position. Knocked it to ground. His recovery was good, so he did pretty well. Handball to Moo. Spears it back inside the play. Gave it to Coates. Coates from directly out in front. Bangs at goal. Misses it out to the left minor score. And they're wasting some opportunities here. Nightcliff, they're having all of the play. Not getting the results on the board.
It's very unlike Troy Coates there, but I'm very impressed with Jackson Starcevic's efforts, Charlie, in this game. He's been brilliant.
So Brodie Martin to bring it out, goes along the pocket. And Wanderers can run it out from deep in the back pocket now.
Brodie Martin with the long kick from that right back pocket, goes to centre wing. The mark dropped out there by Erlinson, goes back in and has another crack at it. Players diving in on the ball. Keelan Fijo calling for the free kick. The umpire says, I will have it, thanks very much. He'll throw it up. Centre wing. Just in front of the scoreboard. Nightcliff 82, Wanderers 41. Double that score. Drogamullah thrown out of it. Tigers come away with it. Left foot kick up towards that right forward pocket. No mark taken there by Eric Klenk. And coming away with it is Casemiro. Spots a teammate who drops the ball. That was Xavier Cabello. Ball comes back to a teammate there in Bo Reardon. Ball now kicked out to the half-back flank. Liam Holt-Fitz will be first there. Dives at the ball. Couldn't take it cleanly. Picked up now by Baird. Goes backwards to Althouse Cooper. Taken high, clearly. And he will take the free kick at right centre wing as he cramps in that right leg, Charlie.
Got tackled around the head and he started limping. I was wondering what was going on, but he's okay. Yes, he's out on the wing and now he pumps it long inside 50. Wants Starcevic at the back. Big man got high. Couldn't take the mark. Back there as well, Gilhouse. Ball forced towards the boundary line. Big Gilhouse got in there. His presence was too much for the opposition. He got a handball away. Gave it off to Brodie Martin. They nailed him and put him to ground. He can't get out. And now the umpire comes in, he's going to take it off them all and said, stop the silliness. Starcevic gets up. He was the last one on the ground. Tapped down by Gilhouse was pretty effective. Drogamullah wins the kick, kicks it out towards centre half back. Ball lands on the ground here. Wanderers with some good play there by McLean, Braden McLean. Gave it off to this man, the busy Adam Tippenwoody. They got to him. Spillage down towards the 50-metre line. Nightcliff get back there through Baird. And Baird with the kick down towards the forward line. Comes off hand again, rolls away over the boundary line in front of the player down there in Jackson Starcevic for a boundary line throw-in.
Daniel Wheater is having a bit of a dirty day today, Charlie. Not one of his best games. He's dropped a few. He's been under pressure with Jackson Starcevic, but just not the usual Daniel Wheater we're used to.
Starcevic 3, Tyron Downey's got a couple, and Holz Fitz has a couple for the Tigers.
Boundary throw-in. Jackson Starcevich was the one who cleared it. Troy Coates, he's got half an hour here. What can he do with that half an hour? Managed to deliver it to a teammate in the form of White, I think it may have been. And his quick kick at goal yields only a behind. So the Tigers, they're peppering away here, but not really getting the advantage that they would like. The Eagles will bring the ball out of play. Althouse Cooper did well to thump it away from his opponent. Spillage comes through again to Clenk. Clenky delivers it to the forward line. No mark taken again there by Wheatra. Drop. Tiger pressure is good. Ball spills to Wheatra. Goes by boot on this occasion. Out wide looking for Cabillo. Xavier Cabillo underneath of the ball. Tapped again by Clenk out of bounds. And it'll be a boundary thrown right underneath our commentary position. 14 minutes gone in the third quarter. Nightcliff 12-11-83. Wanderers 6-5-41.
Clank off, Emery on for the Tigers, directly down in front of us here. We're up in the Morris Rioli stand, out on the western wing at the TIO Stadium in Darwin. Wanderers hard at the footy. Leslie Moroney come out through Fijo. Fijo again with the handball, linked it up through Cabillo. That's Bo Cabillo down towards half forward. Ball lands on the ground. Gave a bit of a chance there for Justin Smart.
Free kick, yeah, free kick was there.
Must be Smart, the free kick.
It was there. Good umpiring, Charlie, and Justin Smart was very smart there with the way he played. He knew not to take possession of the ball, that the Nightcliff defender in Nathan Brown was right on his hammer, and he got the free kick.
I don't know if there's any truth in the rumour that his mum said to him when he was a little boy, your name's Smart, you've got to be smart. I don't know if there's any truth in that, but he is being smart. He's a smart footballer, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Bit of an angle, 45 degrees.
He's a key for Wanderers if they can keep him. I know he's a fly in, fly out, but they definitely need him in the team.
Goal in the first, goal in the second. Can he make it one in each of the quarters? Yes, he struck it nicely. He knew straight away as soon as you put the boot to it, it's a goal.
And he's gone and let Nathan Brown know all about it as well. So that's good to see at Wanderers. They're not letting the scoreboard get away, and they still think they're in it. They're not letting their guard down. Looks like Joel Seaton's back out there as well, which is good news for him.
Now, there's a little altercation down there, and Simon Bates got involved, and Patrick Taban, which he does quite often, ran in and decided he would have something to do with it. I've got some news for Patrick. Stay out of it.
Patrick Taban's hardly had an influence on the game,
yes.
Charlie. That's what he needs to do.
That's right. Play some more footy. So he's given a harder time to
I reckon,
Simon Bates, who has had about the same amount of influence as well.
But he's letting him know all about it as well. So that was just Justin Smart. Just watching the replay there. Good play.
The umpire tosses the ball high and winning it easily. Gilhouse. The ball, however, goes in the direction of goal for the Eagles, is now socked back all the way through centre half forward for the Tigers. Adam Tippenwoody picks up for the Eagles. Delivers magnificently on the right boot and finds a teammate in Joel Cabillo at half back. Cabillo's kick up there towards Bo Reardon. Couldn't take the mark as the boundary closed, and it will go over for a boundary throw-in. Just to the left of that scoreboard, Nightcliff 83 playing Wanderers 47. Well and truly in control here, the Tigers, but they don't look comfortable really. Boundary throw-in. Again, comes to the back of the pack. Moo picks up. Quick kick into midfield. Finds Cossack. Been good for the Tigers. Now kicks long into forward 50. Calling well was Troy Coates. Called his teammate White out of it. And now goes quickly to Starcevich. Out in front by 5 metres on Daniel Wheatra. Good play by the Tigers.
That's why they're on the top of the ladder and unbeaten. There's that play. Just the 3 passages of play there were absolutely brilliant. Troy Coates called Patrick White out of the mark, and as you do for your coach, you let him take the mark and don't try and get in his way, but he just swinged around and knew where Jackson Starcevich was leading. Great kick in.
Starcevich now left of centre. No real angle to speak of. Coming in looking for his 4th of the evening. Little toe poke again of a kick, but that has gone through for a goal. He's kicked 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and now 1 in the third.
4 goals to Jackson Starcevich, and as I pointed out earlier, he's been very positive and getting around his teammates, and second and third efforts have been brilliant out there in the forward line. And compared to last season, he's really stepped up a notch or two. I'm very impressed with his game tonight.
Charlie, this will be one of the better games I think I've seen him play. Last year he really struggled with his marking, couldn't kick straight. Such a presence, such a big player. Tonight we're actually seeing him using all those facets really positively.
He's got a good midfield though, and players like Coates, they'll hit him every time, won't they?
Yeah.
Oh, as a full forward, that's how you love the delivery of the ball.
4 goals. He probably gets 6 or 7 here tonight. No reason why he shouldn't. Gilhouse will again ruck, and he just stands tall in the middle. Gee, taps it beautifully. Gave them every chance, and Baird got it for the Tigers. Pumps it down in the forward line. Ball bounced to Coates. Coates one way and then the other. Shrugged the tackle of Tip and Woody. Got on the left boot. Wheeled around. Banged it goal. It's a beautiful goal. Oh, it's a great goal. Troy Coates delivers.
And again, he had half an hour to get rid of that ball, but he took it on himself. Everyone stayed off of him, the Wanderers defenders. But just his attack at the ball, Charlie, when it was coming in, he got it at the half bounce, and he's got lovely hands. You just watch this attack on the ball here. Kept it in front, picked it up, got away from Tip and Woody, went around and kicked it on the left foot. As soon as it left his boot, he knew it was a goal.
Happy as, and no reason why he shouldn't, because they've kicked right away now, the Tigers. It's blowing out 14-11 to 7-5. Wanderers hanging on by that thread. The thread is gone.
Yeah, I agree.
Ball to be tossed up again in the middle. 95 plays 47. Gilhouse wins it easily. Down to Cole. Is tackled. Somehow gets a little toe poke of a kick away. Kane Riley picks it up on centre wing. Brings it into Miles. He takes the mark in front of Gai Kamungu. Miles now to go long. He does do that. Straight down the corridor. Target, of course, Starcevic. Oh, 2 grabs at it. Couldn't do it. Ryan moved front and centre. Pickup was good. The tackle on him was just as good. Dispossessed him. Ball comes out towards Wheatrow. He's trying to push his way through. So too Dukes. Adam Tippenwoody gets it with some flair. Releases the ball by hand. Reardon's tackled. Loses possession. Dukes in there again, in the back. No, in fact, holding the ball was the call. It was a quick one, but the Eagles defender will take the free kick deep in defence.
Uses the handball, and they can bring it out through Martin. Kicks it out wide towards the wing. Patrick Taban there, pushes it out in front of him. Kane Riley to the footy, gets it on the right boot, but the whistle's gone behind play because he might have gone out of bounds. So it's going to have to come back for a boundary line throw in. 20 and a half minutes gone in this quarter. Let's go down to Kieran. Nope, nothing from Kieran.
I think Wanderers were happy with that ball going out because they were in to score another goal, Charlie. Jackson Starcevic was on the charge.
The score's double already, isn't it? 14-11 to 7-5. So throw in. Big Seb decides I'll just take it out of mid-air. And then he got caught in the tackle and he's been pinged. So he has to hand it over. And the Wanderers will get the free kick out on the wing.
The Eagles with the free. The long kick, looking for the runners. Liam Patrick's there, read it beautifully, and then kept on moving. Somehow got boot to ball, looking out there for Bates with pace. Kept the ball in front of himself, but unfortunately for him, it's seen out over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. Deep in the right forward pocket. But that's when they look dangerous, Natasha, on the move, using their pace.
Yep. And 2 speedsters running at that ball then. I'd love to see them in a 50-metre sprint.
Nalkin and Bates.
Yeah. If anyone was going to catch Bates, it was Nalkin. Here he took off here and he catched him pretty close. Good body work.
Boundary throw in deep in this right forward pocket. Can the Eagles put a goal on the board? Gilhouse easily to the front of the pack. Brodie Martin came through, couldn't take clean possession. Tackles being laid here. Tiger defence working well. Nalkin just had the ball taken away from him. Now the Eagles with ball in hand. Martin delivers by hand, slapped away again by Brown for the Tigers. Coming through strongly again, Brown. Took a body out with him. Both teams working very hard here on the half forward line for the Eagles. The Tigers, they've forced it 50 metres. Right from that boundary throw in up to half forward.
Umpire to ball it up. Almost 3/4 time here. The quarter belongs to the Tigers. Impressive yet again. He's smart. Gets on his bike. Did pretty well. Got it around the body to Martin. Martin lines up with a big kick down towards the goal squarely, and Patrick underneath it. One hand on it. Didn't get it. Little short kick comes out straight into the hands here of Miles. No, he picks it up after it got away from him. Onto the right boot, out towards the wing. Kick was good. Gets it to Coco Nicky. Centre wing with the kick, brings it back in, finds Moo. Moo over the top, did well, gave it back to Miles. Runs down the wing, continues to run. Gee, Tippenwoody almost got to him. Kick down towards the forward line, lands on the ground. Ooh, high tackle there. Umpire let it go. Wanderers under pressure. Handball to the back pocket. Real pressure here. Ball dropped. They still can't get it out. It'll have to take a little toe poke. They've pushed it out towards the boundary line, and in to clean it all up was that man, Adam Tippenwoody. Did pretty well, cleared it to the other back pocket.
Oh, he did well indeed, Adam Tippenwoody. And the Eagles now looking to run the ball out of defence. 2 bounces. Brodie Martin been a serviceable performer for them this evening. His kick, however, cut off out there, and the rebound is on. Kane Riley now at left half forward, swings around on the right boot, looking for a teammate in Clenk. Dropped the mark that he should have taken, 45 from goal. Swings around on his left boot, pumps it towards the goal square. And it was let bounce, which was great play there by Kyle Emery, and it's hit the post.
It's hit the padding. There's a big, thick padding over the around the goalpost, and it's hit the padding just on the inside of the goalpost.
Looked like it went in and hit it at the back somewhere, but it still hits the post, and the score's a minor score. So long kick out lands in the hands of the opposition in Ryan Moose. Spears it back from where it came. Coco Nicky, 1 went to 2. Now Wanderers trying to get the hands on the footy down in their defensive area. Goes towards Troy Coates. Handball was clever. Got it out towards Cole. Cole can have a shot. I reckon it was Cole who kicked it. Yep. Banged it on the left boot, so he's got a couple in the quarter. It's a good, productive quarter from him.
Yeah, he's got a ground level when reading the pack, but Troy Coates, again, just his ball and awareness of where his players are and where the defenders are. He got the quick hand pass out to Jason Cole, who shimmied around a couple of players and got an easy goal in the end. Nightcliff are just breaking away with this. Coco Nicky, just on the replay, looked to have another snap, but thought he'd pass it to a teammate. And Daniel Wheatra, yeah, he's not having the best of games.
Hasn't stopped trying though, Natasha.
No. Unfortunately, there's not enough players out there at the moment that are helping him. Fijo there that went for the tackle on Coates, he's had a quiet one for his standards. But good goal.
See, when you see it in replay, it was a better goal than we gave it credit for, wasn't it? He beat about 3 to kick that goal there, Jason Cole.
Ball tossed up in the middle and won away by Gilhouse, and there's that man again, Jason Cole, over the ball. He's pushed off at this time. Coming through strongly for the Eagles was Walsh. Got it away to his captain in Erlinson. Erlinson up towards half forward. The ball taken by Liam Patrick. Tries to step around his opponent. Goes one way, then the other. He's got him. He's gone. He stepped out over the boundary line. Gee, great play there by the Tiger defender. Superb on Liam Patrick.
That was Paris, wasn't it? Terrific work on him.
Just corralled him and won his team a boundary throw-in. Gilhouse just wins that out of the ruck easily, straight down to Coates, sprints away on the left boot. Does he find a teammate? Does he ever? He finds a teammate there in Downey who's been good. Wheels around onto the right boot, drives it into forward 50, socket away from Starcevic there by Wheatra. And Cole gets the ball again. And now Coates taking the ball again, also kicks it out wide, looking for White deep in the left forward pocket. Kick not as good as it perhaps could have been, and White left to watch it as it bounces out over the boundary line deep in that left forward pocket. Score check, Nightcliff 15-12, 102, leading Wanderers. As we hear the three-quarter time siren go, score check again, Nightcliff at three-quarter time, 15-12, 102, leading Wanderers 7-5.
Visit Sky City Darwin for your chance to play Festive 50. Be playing a gaming machine at draw time for your chance to spin the jackpot cash wheel. $50,000 cash could be won. Draws start from 7 p.m. every Friday and Saturday and from 2 p.m. on Sundays and continue until a cash jackpot has been won. Join us at Sky City Darwin for your chance to win a Festive 50.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Have you ever been to the Tiwi Islands? Now's your chance to see a great game of footy on Tiwi soil. Sea-Link ferry services run for NTFL, Island of Origin and the Tiwi Grand Final. Book online now at sealinknt.com.au.
Just another beautiful day in the Territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
You guys catch anything yet?
Nah, nothing yet, but we're feeling lucky.
See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
It was close. They came back in the end, but Southern Districts just got over the line. But Southern Districts are not looking that flash, Charlie.
No, I agree with that.
Buffalo's pressed them, and it was just unfortunate that a few free kicks went Southern Districts' way, but Nightcliff, Southern Districts, and watching them play against Nightcliff last week as well, they were just outplayed. And I know they got big Damien Cupido back, Southern Districts, but yeah, it's definitely Nightcliff and St Mary's.
Well, for quite a while there were 4 teams in it, weren't there? But I figure now there's really only a couple. I reckon those two, St Mary's and Nightcliff, have cleared away from the rest of them because there's too many question marks around Southern Districts. Wanderers the same. They're not playing real good footy. They can do it after Christmas, we know, but going into the Christmas break, I reckon those two teams now are head and shoulders above the others, and next week we'll get a bit of an idea who rules this competition.
You must be very excited with your St Mary's team. When you think they can't get any better, they get better.
Yeah.
Look, I think they talked about it last week. That interview we did with Carl Lode was really important, I think, and he simply talked about the pace factor. Pio, Paul, Jimmy, Justin Cooper, Francis Quintari. Having those 3, I mean, previously it was just one, it was Justin Cooper, and he's turned into a terrific player.
Yeah.
But now they've got 3 Justin Coopers in the team. 2 of them who are still learning the game, to be fair, but they've got 3 players who they know if they put them in space that they can do anything with the ball, and Francis Quintari's been a revelation this season.
And Ryan Smith...
having him come back is really important,
It's
Charlie.
really important too, and I asked him about how he matches up against Seb Gilhouse, and that might be what we'll see next week, and he said, we train together at Thunder and we spend a lot of time together, so we know each other really well, and he said, every time I play against him, I go through the game, and if he beats me in one thing, I said, well, I'm going to beat you next time. That's the way we do it, and he said, and in the end, it's always a good contest he looks forward to.
The terrific thing about Ryan Smith, I think, to be fair, he gets the ball and uses the ball far better around the ground than what Seb Gilhouse ever does.
True. Yeah.
Seb Gilhouse is a completely dominant factor almost at centre bounces.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about around the ground play,
Well, he's more
Ryan
mobile,
Smith
isn't he?
terrific.
Ryan Smith's more mobile.
Oh, yeah.
He is, and he presents and he runs to space and he knows the play, where to go. Where
He's
Seb Gilhouse
like
is,
another midfielder.
Yeah, he is. What they're trying to do with Neil Bebe. Yep, Kieran.
Yeah, I got Jason Rowe with me. Jason, your forward line pressure in that quarter was absolutely immense. Wanderers could barely get it out of there. Was that a focus before the game?
Yeah, we got Quicks down there. We got Holtz. We got Coops as well down there. So Coco Nicky's down there as well. So yeah, we like to keep those boys down there for as long as we can, and yeah, they're doing a good job for us so far.
You played them 4 weeks ago and won by a margin of over 100. Are you confident that you can do that again today?
Probably not, mate, but we just want to get the job done, and hopefully we don't slacken off this quarter. And yeah, we pride ourselves on playing 4-quarter games, so just need to make sure that we finish it off tonight.
You're certainly on your way to getting the job done. Thanks, Jason.
Jason Rowe there. He's in charge of the defenders, I think. And I remind you of Troy Coates talking to Nightcliff at the Nightcliff Oval when they had that big win over Wanderers. He said to them at the start of the last quarter, I want you to show everyone that you're a 4-quarter team. And they come out and they kicked 3 or 4 goals in about 5 minutes in the last quarter. I wonder if the message was the same today. I wonder if they can do that right here. Here's Dominic McCormick.
The umpire tosses the ball up high. Gilhouse again wins it and wins it easily. Goes back in again, gets a great handball out. Moo was first there, but Tipungwuti beat him to it. Takes possession at right centre wing for the Eagles. Kicks long and finds the chest there of their good player in Moroney. He's played a good game for the Eagles here this evening. Long kick up into forward 50. Patrick flies high. Couldn't take the mark. Spillage. Holthouse Cooper delivers to the run of Ngalkin with the right boot. Already up to half forward. The ball chopped off there by Jukes. Handball comes through looking for Holt Fitz. Gaikamango just held onto in the tackle. Somehow got his arms free. Cleared a handball. Sweeping handball comes out now. That's taken away by Moo. Gets it again to Ngalkin. Third time he's featured in this piece of play. Up towards half forward. No mark taken. It's dropped down there by Bates. He'd be pretty horrified at that. Handball comes out to Tipungwuti. Tipungwuti delivers by hand and delivers well to a teammate there in McLean. Comes sideways to Martin. Martin goes over the back. They're under pressure here, the Eagles. How can they get out of this? Long kick. Kick to nobody. Cut off there for the Tigers, and they take possession at centre wing.
Joel Walsh spears it into the corridor. Good looking kick from him. Lands it on the ground. Spillage for the Eagles. They can work their way forward here. They've got a run going forward in Reardon. It goes in his direction. It had a little bit too much on him. He went back, tried to get along the boundary line. Couldn't keep it in. Taban put him under pressure. Taban just surrounded him in the end, and he's gone over the boundary line, ball and all.
Yeah, good pressure by Taban.
So Reardon kicked that first goal. It was a good one too. So he can be dangerous. Seb Gilhouse wins it with ridiculous ease. Got it to a teammate who spears up towards the wing, and a good strong mark taken down there by Liam Holtz-Fitz. Brings it back to the edge of the corridor. Wanderers on the clean up. He's gone missing just a little bit is Jared Erlinson. They need him to lift for them. He's in there working hard for the footy, the captain of the Eagles. Ball back towards the boundary line. Wanderers under pressure. High tackle. A little crude, unintended by Blake Miles, but the free kick's going to go here to the Eagles. It's Braden McLean. Hasn't had a great game.
No, he's been very quiet, and Jared Erlinson's really faded away. I'm not sure if he's carrying an injury, because he just doesn't seem the player that he usually is from last season.
Short ball to the bootlaces of Reardon.
Did well.
Yeah, scooped it up, didn't he? Would have been out in cricket. Banged it with the right boot inside 50. Front position down there with the Tigers. They knocked it to ground, just smothered it in front of him. Wanderers trying to get clear with the footy. Keelan Fijo in there looking for it. Didn't get it. The opposite number one, Ryan Moo, came in and tried to get his go at it. He didn't get it. Ball forced towards the boundary line. Now concedes it safely over for a boundary line throw in.
Kieran?
Yeah, Dean Rioli has come down to the boundary line and he's going to coach Wanderers from the boundary line this last quarter.
That's unlike Dean. Very rarely does he come down. He stays in the air conditioning in the box, so he obviously wants to get face-to-face with his players.
Boundary throw in the right forward pocket, tossed up high. Gilhouse again just pushes off his opponent, wins it down to his teammate there in Downey. Coming through strongly there, Joel Walsh for the Eagles, pops it up into the corridor. Good mark taken though. Well done there for the Tigers by Daniel Bowles. Now delivers quickly to Miles. He's grown into that cinnamon roll throughout the course of this game. He's been terrific, kicks it up towards the target of Starcevic. Starcevic just bats it in the direction of Troy Coates, and he gathers onto the left boot, puts it out in front of a teammate, and the mark taken. Terrific play by Jackson Starcevic, recognised there by his coach in Troy Coates, who goes over and gives him the high five. And the recipient of that great work, Kyle Emery, has taken the mark and will go back and have his shot on goal from about 48 metres out on a 45-degree angle. We've got a great look at it here from the commentary box.
Yeah, and as Dean Rioli said about that Tigers take a gamble, and they did then when they knew that Coates had that ball. Coco Nicky was just screaming forward with another player as well, and Coates had Emery on the lead.
Emery now strolls over the paint of 50. Terrible off the right boot. It'll fall short. Can a mark be taken? No, it can't. Bates did well. Slapped it away from Coco Nicky over the boundary line. Nightcliff have another opportunity from deep in their right forward pocket.
I think they thought he had the distance and was definitely going to crack that goal, because there was no one for Nightcliff apart from, I think, Coco Nicky down that forward line.
So it'll be a throw in deep down in this forward pocket here for the Tigers. Can they get another goal? 15-12 to 7-5. Wanderers will say no. Ball forced towards the boundary line. Some good work being done down there by Patrick White. And under pressure down there, Coco Nicky forced over the boundary line, ball and all. Boundary umpire comes into play again for a throw in.
And again, Jackson Starcevic, his first and second efforts are just great.
He's going to do the ruck work here. He will jump against Walsh. He's at the back. He works his way to the front. He did it pretty well. Knocked it down, but Wanderers shark it and will clear. They'll get themselves out of trouble from the back pocket. Kick out towards the half-back line. Too many Tiger players out there. Mark taken right on the boundary line. And the Tigers can put it back where it came from. Pressure stays there. Off hands. Wanderers back in defence now. Can work their way out of trouble. This is their second effort to do it. I don't know how effective it's going to be. Ball left behind, forced towards the boundary line by Bates. Close attendance, Ryan Moo, over the boundary line for a throw-in. So pressure still not off for the Eagles here.
No, when they're struggling out there, a few players, hands on knees.
Throw-in, very high by the umpire. Ball knocked to ground. Wanderers under pressure. Hurried kick comes out. Joe Walsh just on the left boot. Clean up work by Adam Baird. Walsh again wins it onto the right boot. He's done well. Walsh, couple of efforts from him. Kicked it to the middle of the ground, but it's all yellow and black back there. Plenty of them. Handball goes out wide. Sets it over the top. Under real pressure down there was Daniel Bowles. They dispossessed him. Good work, Justin Smart. 3 goals today's effort's good. They get it to Liam Patrick. Sets it up the half forward, 1-on-1 to Ban with body, superior body strength. Just muscled the other player out of the way. Won the mark and then got on the right boot and banged it out towards the wing. Good play from Patrick to Ban. Terrific kick to Baden Nalkin. Nalkin on the wing. Short kick was pretty good. Oh, they look $1 million at the moment, the Tigers. Nothing wrong for them. Oldhouse Cooper has it. Right foot kick. Down the line. Big climb. Ball left on the ground. Coates got back there. Does the 360. They had him around the hips. He's going to be pinged. That's what the rule says. If you go the 360 and someone got you, it's a free kick.
And Tyron Downey was the one that nearly took an absolute screamer there, and he's down with cramp, I think.
Big
Jeez, he got
climb,
high.
Brodie Martin now from the right back pocket for the Eagles. And speaking of screamers, up goes the player there, and Jared Erlinson, the captain for the Eagles. He takes a screamer, takes the mark at half back. Looking for options.
He's just got nothing on up forward.
Here's Adam Tipungwuti, who, to be fair, in his pink boots there, has not stopped running all game. That delivery, though, is not good. Read well, cut off beautifully by Coco Nicky, the man in his 50th game. Whips it out there to the coach in Coates. Coates just outside 50, pops it up, looking for Starcevic. He made space, he cleared space well. There's 3 onto 1 almost down there, but he read it beautifully, didn't he?
He
Takes
did.
the mark. Ran one way, double back, got his big frame in the right spot and take the mark on his chest.
He just looks like a happy footballer this season. Very positive and getting around his teammates, encouraging his teammates. Second, third effort. He's going back to kick his 5th goal.
Kick 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, lining up for his first goal of this last quarter. Again, dinky little kick. Gee, I wish I could do a dinky little kick that went 45 metres. He's done that. It's gone straight through for a goal.
Good goal. 5th goal by Jackson Starcevic. And yeah, it was a dinky little kick. And he does have a very good kicking style. I don't understand why they don't kick through the ball when they're close at goal as well. Some of these full forwards seem to change their kicking action depending on the distance. Kieran?
Yeah, I have a score from out on the islands. I'm not sure what the goals and behinds were, but I can tell you that St Mary's 210 defeated Tiwi 64, and it was 50 scoring shots for St Mary's to Tiwi 19.
Wow.
146-point win for Saints out on the islands.
When was the last time we had a 200 plus?
Yeah, score. That's a big score. Goodness me. They are threatening, Saints. They have really come back into the frame. Here's Coco Nicky, comes out of the middle for the Tigers, up towards half forward. Kick was a good one. What a strong mark taken down there. Body and all,
Downing,
hard at the footy, and it's Downing again, I reckon, directly down in front. Wow, that was a terrific mark. Tyrone Downey's kicked a couple of goals. This one's gettable as well.
Just his attack at the ball, then he didn't take his eye off the ball and crashed the pack. He had a Wanderers player back into him, but great mark.
He's just strong upper body. You can see it as the camera goes in close on him. Runs in, 45-degree angle from outside 50, gives it a roost, kicked it well, and that deserved a goal, and he certainly kicked it. Big goal.
And he's kicked 3 now,
Yeah,
Charlie.
he's 3 goals to Downey. Very good up there with Jackson Starcevic. I mean, 8 goals between them. Very good tall timber targets up forward.
Yeah, 2 to beat there, and he was capable.
He didn't take his eye off the ball, attacked it, and good goal.
17-12 to 7-5. They've careered right away here, the Tigers, after Wanderers trailed by just 15 points at quarter time.
And they are playing out the full quarter, Charlie, as Troy Coates, as you pointed out, he said it in the last game against Wanderers.
Ball tossed high again. Seb Gilhouse again wins it, but coming through, Reardon for the Eagles hasn't stopped trying. Kicks it out wide. Target there, Liam Patrick finds him on the left foot. He goes to his teammate in Adam Tipungwuti, a player who has not stopped running for the Eagles all game. Takes that mark about 5 metres in from the boundary line, deep in the left forward pocket. And the man with the pink boots is going to have a crack. He's been good, Adam Tipungwuti. He's kicked 1 goal that came in the second quarter. He's going to have another go here. Pops it up. Ball's going to fall short. Gilhouse is there, just sticks the one hand up and drops it down to his chest and takes the mark. Beautiful play by Gilhouse. Liam Patrick just couldn't get around and the man is so big. Clears the ball out from 50. And the Tigers will need to work their way through at halfback.
Oh.
Good tackle.
Oh, it's a bad.
And there's another tackle later. They might have been dropping the ball. Adam Tippenwoody's back into it again. He handballs off to Erlinson. Erlinson with the little chip goes out wide, looks for and finds Reardon again. The man with leather poising, number 15. Ball cut off at half-back, though, there for the Tigers.
Patrick White at the back, got his hands on that, knocked it to ground. Plenty of run here for Wanderers. They can't pick it up, though. Ball knocked towards the boundary line. I don't think they'll keep it in play, or will they? Maybe they will. Some good work being done down there by Dos Santos. We haven't seen much from him today. Kick to the middle of the ground, lands at the back. Erlinson come hard at the footy. Spillage went wide. Wanderers win it in the centre. Spearing kick to 50, got right over the top, gave Liam Patrick a bit of a chance at the back. Nathan Brown got there, kicked it out of mid-air towards the boundary line, and then continued to knock it along in front of him. That is the sign of a very good defender. Even now when the game's well and truly sewed up, he just didn't give up. 17-12 plays 7-5. So here's the throw in. Gilhouse has had a field day today. He's won just about everything. Got it down that time to Cole. He's kicked a couple of goals in that third quarter, and he sees it over the boundary line to Jason Cole.
Got a few tired players out there, a lot of stoppages at the moment.
And Liam Holt Fitz too, has just come off the ground looking a little bit worse for wear, is asking for a rub. As we see the boundary throw in now, just to the right of the scoreboard, Seb Gilhouse just out muscles his opponent, takes the ball out of the air, handballs off to Riley to Cole. Cole flips it over the back, looking for a teammate in Coco Nicky, was cut off there by Erlinson. Erlinson goes to Cabillo. Cabillo up through centre half forward. Mark taken by Althouse Cooper. Terrific there by the small man. He took it beautifully, bounced up and went to an even smaller man in Ryan Moo. Well done by the Tigers. Moo goes to Baird, steps around Jukes, spears a pass to Coco Nicky. Couldn't take it cleanly, flicked it away to a teammate there in the form of Bowles, but the free kick called for a throw against Nicky. So it'll be DeSantis to take the free kick at halfback.
Uses the handball and wanders off the boot of their skipper. Erlinson kicks it wide out towards the boundary line. Ball knocked towards the boundary line by Taban. Taban pushed it along in front of him. Erlinson got across there, knocked it back in the field of play. I'm impressed with Jason Cole. He is so busy. His Taban, little kick along the boundary line, just a little too high, but did keep it in the field of play, was good. And the Tigers can take it almost up towards their forward line. No, they can't. Wanderers get in the way. Some desperate work being done down there by Brodie Martin. White doing some work for Nightcliff. Player caught with the ball, tackled, lost it. Spillage gave a chance here for Wanderers. Cabillo to get out of trouble. They got to him. Dos Santos gets there, and he couldn't get rid of that, Bo Cabillo, and he's turned it over. So Tigers to bring it in on the edge of the square, almost the 15-minute mark of this final term. They're a long way out in front. Kick towards the pocket, got right over the top, knocked back towards the boundary line. Good handball across to Guakamungu, and he gave the handball out further, and they can bring the ball out from their back pocket out towards the wing.
Mark taken out there by Cabillo. Justin Smart's looking forward, close to the boundary line. He's going to ignore that. The lead will be too short now. Smothered. Recovery. Well done by Ryan Moo to smother. The recovery was good, however, and Wanderers, they kick the ball down towards Adam Tippenwoody with pace now. Takes off, has a bounce, running up to the 50-metre mark, kicks to the advantage here of Moroney. Moroney gathers, tries to step around Taban, snaps into the goal square. It'll be cut off here by Nalkin, and Nalkin did well. His kick, however, is out of bounds, and it has to be out of bounds on the full. That's the call it is. Good pressure down there by Moroney. And the ball to be taken by the Eagles. Erlinson with ball in hand, the captain. And he's being asked to almost step over the fence here. He goes short. Who's the lead? The lead was perfect. The lead was perfect, but the kick was so well weighted. Liam Patrick taking the mark 15 metres out from goal on a 40-degree angle.
He's led all day, but unfortunately just hasn't had the delivery that the Nightcliff forwards have had. If he would have had a few more balls like that popped into his lap, they would be more...
Liam Patrick is going to go close to the man on the mark here.
Casual.
He just decided just to casually pop that one through for a goal. And Liam Patrick, he kicks his first for the evening. Wanderers, they have their 8th.
Yeah, good goal by Liam Patrick, and the space was there. Unfortunately, like I said, he just hasn't had enough delivery in there, but he has tried really hard and worked his butt off to try and get other players in the game. But, yeah, the skill level of Wanderers, and they're just getting really tired now. So it's, yeah. But great work by Patrick Taban to stop Leslie Moroney from getting that goal. He tried to do the shimmy on him, but Patrick Taban had him.
The Liam Patrick goal, 1 goal for the night, but he's better than that tonight, I reckon, for Wanderers.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
and they need him more often out there as well.
So the umpire balls it up in the middle again. Guacamunga on the chase, but he couldn't get to Adam Baird, who banged away with the right boot down inside 50. Good mark taken down there by Brodie Martin. Then he gets up and plays on. His vision was good. He kicked it out wide, and he found Xavier Cabillo on the right boot. Brought it back in the field of play fine. Simon Bates takes the mark in front of White, and then on the left boot, spears forward, but getting in the way. Zeb Gilhouse. Onto the left boot he goes. That awkward kicking style to Patrick White. Bounced over his head down towards the half-forward line. Wanderers on the clean-up. And they'll run this from the back line. Gee, Martin putting himself under some trouble. Tried to work it out towards Smart. He's caught in the tackle, goes to ground. Umpire says he's going to be penalised, and no, it's not. It's Smart actually comes away with a free kick onto the left boot, puts it into the corridor, and Wanderers can build from there.
Wanderers now from midfield. Not done with yet. Justin Smart still moving, looking for his next kick. Good pass coming through, but cut off well there by the Tigers through Baird. Baird swings it out wide, looking for Cole. Cole on the run, picks it up on the first bounce. His right foot kick up towards Jackson Starcevic, punched away from him by Wheatra. Hasn't stopped all night. The tap came back to Cole, tried to soccer it off the ground, goes to Reardon. Skips around the boundary, but the umpire's called that it was out of bounds. And we'll be a boundary throw. And about 70 metres around from the Nightcliff goal. Down to Kieran.
Just a final confirmation of that score out on the island. St Mary's 32-18, 210 defeated Tiwi Islands 9-10-64.
32 goals. Wow.
Not a place where I would want to have been today, over at Warramayunga. Watch that. That's a slaughter. That's got to be a record for Saints, surely, against Tiwi.
Oh, probably against Tiwi, that'd be a record. Yeah, I think so.
That's it. Win.
I think they would have cracked the 200 mark a few times over the years.
Yes.
Kieran?
I'd be very interested to see how many goals Francis Kintari managed.
Yeah, me too. I want to know who kicked the goals.
Gee.
Everyone could have got 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's sort of sensational for St Mary's, but it's pretty devastating for Tiwi.
The only concern that I've got for Nightcliff here is that Troy Coates has been off for about the last 6 or 7 minutes, and he's been sitting down there, and I've never seen him come off in a game before, and the trainer was looking at him before, so maybe he'll be a good interview if we can get him afterwards, Kieran.
Oh, he's looking sore.
He is. He's worked pretty hard tonight. This is a long kick. That's a goal, I reckon, out there.
Yep.
And that is...
It's Kyle Emery, isn't it?
Kicked his second.
His second goal.
Oh, good hands, Downey again. Good pick up. Oh, steps around the Wanderers play. Gets the ball on the boot. He's a good player, Downey.
Yep.
To Emery. Emery goes back in. Second or third goal?
That's his second, Kyle Emery.
Yes, I think we had him marked down before.
Yeah, I had him.
As we rubbed that out. So
Blink.
He did finish with 2. Oh, he does have 2.
This is blowing right out now.
18-12 to 8-5. Who'd have thought that? It was 5 goals to 3 at quarter time, and the game looked pretty interesting. And another big quarter here, last quarter. 3 goals to 1, and they are a 4-quarter side. Gee, can't get my mind away from next week's game. It's going to be a terrific clash between Saints and Nightcliff. From the middle, no one able to get clear with it. Keelan Fijo doing some work in there. Ball did come out. Umpire says play on. Handball was pretty clever. Straight out through Downey. Downey, who's been pretty impressive, kicks inside 50. Got in the hands of the player getting in the way. Martin, who has just been really, really good for Wanderers in defence. He did drop that mark, but he rarely does. And the kick comes out wide here to Reardon. Reardon sets it up a little bit further. Off the boot of Erlinson. Short kick up towards the wing. Runners everywhere. Kick towards 50. Liam Patrick, couple of efforts at it. Left it behind. Chased towards the boundary line by Joel Cabillo. Came back in field through Joel Seedon. Out towards Liam Patrick. Short kick was good once Smartin finds him.
Good team play.
Smart on a good lead.
That's where we were talking about in the pocket. He was in the St Mary's pocket there, Charlie, and instead of blazing away at goal, he centred it and looked for his teammate and Smart.
Would be a good result for Justin Smart to kick 4 here. He's got 3, 1 in each quarter. A good complete performance if he gets 1 each quarter.
They need those 2 guys in the forward line just about every week when they get their strong side back, Wanderers. We know they've got a lot of outs with the Motlops tonight.
So angle fairly tough, gets onto the left boot, kick is good. They like it in the goal square and he makes no mistake. Justin Smart gets his 4th.
Good goal by Smart. Again, Liam Patrick, his goal, took on the players and he was in the pocket. And instead of blazing away at goal, he centred it. But yeah, they need more games out of Liam Patrick. Hopefully he can play
What's
every
the story
week.
with Mitchell Taylor, have we heard?
No. I tried to ask around a couple of friends, but no word on Mitchell Taylor.
Liam Patrick, such an important player. He was the target initially there who they went to, and then he was the one who, after the great work of Joel Cabillo, got that ball.
He's such a good team player as well.
Yeah.
Gets around the young players and it really encourages them.
And doesn't have to kick all the goals. Dominic.
Ball tossed high, Gilhouse yet again winning it. White through the middle, cut off there by Martin, goes to Reardon. They've done that a few times tonight. Comes out now to Tipperwoody, hasn't stopped running. Trying now with the ball on the ground, just couldn't take it cleanly. Ryan Moo does. Dishes off a handball, gets that out to Downey. Downey now to Liam Holt Fitz, back to Moo. Pushed off the ball, coming through strongly there, DeSantis. Moo staying in the game and had to be tossed off the ball there by DeSantis. He's complaining, but the free kick's there, Natasha.
Yeah, free kick was there. Good umpiring.
So Ryan Moo, left half forward. On the run was Emery. Moo goes straight to the big target in Starcevic, got hands to it, couldn't take the mark. Pressure comes now from the Eagles' defence. Handball comes out there from Moroney. The ball flicked towards the goal square. They're working hard here, the Tigers. They're pressing. It comes to Starcevic. He's brought to ground, gets the handball away. The ball goes to Cole, taken high, caught. Which one will the umpire ping? He's pinged the high tackle and Cole will line up for a goal.
Going back for his 3rd. Jason Cole.
Been a good player, Natasha.
Very busy, hasn't he? Very busy.
And again, the tall timber targets. Starcevic in there.
As the siren goes.
Well, he'll get a shot after the siren to extend this lead, but we know Wanderers are going to finish up with a pretty dismal scoreline. 9 goals, 5.
So Jason Cole wanders in and impressively makes no mistake after the siren, kicks the goal. He kicks his 3rd. And for the Nightcliff Tigers, he kicks their 19th goal. 19-12, 126. They have defeated Wanderers 9-5-59, a 67-point margin. Charlie King?
It is, 67 points. That's a big margin. It was 15 points at quarter time, 22 at half, 53 at three-quarter time, and in the end, the margin's a big one. 67 points to the unbeaten Nightcliff Tigers over Wanderers here, who played in last year's grand final. They're a shadow of themselves tonight. Tash Medbury, your thoughts on the game?
Oh, great game by Nightcliff, and even spread again. Seb Gilhouse, just amazing in the ruck. And I mean, he's that big, but the Nightcliff players are reading it so well off him at the moment. Blake Miles had a great game. Troy Coates in the middle. Jason Cole, when you've got a ruckman that you can get the ball out of the ruck and make clearances, I mean, you're going to win every day of the week. Tyrone Downey. Oh, sorry, I thought Tyrone Downey was good up forward along with Jackson Starcevic. They kicked 8 of their 19 goals. I thought that Liam Holtz Fitz showed a lot of promise as well, and Kane Riley. I was impressed with Kane Riley's game. Good player last year for them as well, and he's sort of getting back into that form as well. For Wanderers, Liam Patrick didn't stop trying, and then unfortunately just didn't have enough delivery in the forward line. Leslie Moroney kept trying. Adam Tipperwoody, his speed, he's just exciting whenever he's near the ball. Justin Martin, great player, 4 goals. Zelio Casemiro tried very, very hard in the back line, along with Daniel Weetra and Bo Reardon, and Brodie Martin in the last quarter as well stood up. They didn't drop their heads, unfortunately. They just didn't have the even spread that Nightcliff had across the board.
So the final score here is a 67-point win to the Nightcliff Tigers, 19-12 to 9 goals, 5. We can go down to Kieran Davis.
I have with me a Nightcliff player coach.
sitting on 40%. No, if I was the worst, I'd go for both cameras. I'd go for both cameras once we got Oh, did Jake tell you that he got to speak with number 6 after that game?